You cannot help yourself.
I just watched everybody start.
And nobody...
It's just over, man.
So keep it going. We're only going to go for like 17 minutes.
Okay, only because I've been training for 18, so I'll actually finish strong on this one.
Good. That bass. That's Don Collins on the bass. Stand up, baby.
Just see those those metatarsals flexing.
Well, here we are. Our first show. Winners Take Y'all. What number is it?
Ain't it our second show?
Second recorded show,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But first from our world headquarters.
Oh, from the world headquarters.
World headquarters,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
Overlooking
We bought
the
a house
palatial.
Just for this?
just for this show.
Look how green that grass is,
By
boy.
God.
Oh, my God.
You'll be happy to know I bought a zero-turn mower
What?
for my wife to cut
Look,
the grass.
man. Please, for my wife to cut grass.
We haven't used it yet, though.
No, let it grow. Let it get
Yeah,
tall.
I'm only pushing right now. We're
Well,
pushing.
The problem is now you got to make her start working out.
Yeah, because she was getting the
Yeah,
workout.
she's doing that,
She's
so-
got to burn calories some
That's
way,
fact.
man.
I
You
swear, man, when it rains, it pours. It's like we had a system, and now that's over.
So now we got to work. She's running 5Ks a day. Just
yeah,
to
trying
equal
to equal the
grass
grass cutting
cut.
from days of old.
Hey, so big shout out to the latest offering from Helmet Skins, one of our premier sponsors. Platinum level,
Right there.
they signed on for a 10-year, $40,000 a month platinum level sponsorship. If you want to get in on that, we're
Yeah,
running a
We have
special.
spots available.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
Lever skins, helmet skins, potato skins, skins
Blouses versus
blouses,
skins.
red skins. Lots of big sponsors jumping on board.
Pig skin,
Pig skins,
Pig skins.
pork rinds, whatever.
Foreskins.
Four skins.
lamb skins,
Oh.
pork rinds.
So Nick's going to try on see how it fits your head. Although you're supposed to wear it with a helmet.
I
It's a
can't
little
really
bit-
well,
figure-
you don't
It's
really
got
have
the
much
little
of a visor.
It's got the reservoir tip is what
I've
that
got a
really.
pretty big head.
Look at this.
Throw the-
Put that reservoir tip over the.
Why is
reservoir
there-
tip faces the
I
front.
don't know where you've been keeping this, but I don't get why there's a skid mark in it.
It is odd.
It is an Ethica helmet skin.
Okay, let's see if you had a visor. I'll hold. Yeah,
There's
hold
some-
out on the visor.
there's-
Oh, that's dialed.
There's some semen in that.
There has to be.
It smells bleachy.
Is it bleachy?
It smells bleachy, too.
My man Bleachy over here with the fresh
There you go.
helmet skin. Oh yeah, I could just see you mid moto. Just
Just
all your
splashing-
air
just
vents.
splashing about.
his air vents are completely still
Stop.
clean and available,
So
right?
gross.
Because they're protected, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time during mid moto, the heat starts building. These right here hold the mud out of the vents.
Yeah.
It's good.
That
Cold
looks
weather
good.
here.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's
Somebody's
like
getting a phone call.
zero.
Killing me, dog.
That's your
We're
friend
trying to
Mitchell.
have a show.
That's your friend Mitchell. Tell him to quit fucking our
I
show
can't
up.
take this guy seriously.
Why?
With that.
He seems very serious right now.
So, and we have a no weapons policy here in the studio.
Yeah.
Basically, you have to at least de-arm.
You have
so
to get them out. Yes,
Yeah,
you
so-
take them out of your pockets, and
That's everybody's stuff.
we
man.
still leave one in the chamber. You never know.
We got one on every stair coming up here too. Like anything happen, as you're flipping,
As
down,
you're rolling down,
you're
you
gonna
could
have
grab them like
opportunities to
John
grab
Wick style. You go,
Chinese stars everywhere. Nunchucks.
There's got to be people that are not happy about some of the things we've
It ain't-
said. So
it ain't nothing for me to bust a cap and somebody comes up that driveway, I'm shooting. I don't care, dude. I'm not playing this.
I can't.
I
Look
mean,
at this guy.
yeah, but the reason he just don't want to sit that down and have something happen to it
well, here's the thing. I'm trying to cover my hair up because
Wow, you got great hair.
because
I do
all
that-
the
listen,
people are
I
like,
do
dude,
great hair, but this is like Ginger World. We got coming on later for you guys. We have Trey Canard,
Yes.
right? Trey Canard has
Redhead.
red
One,
hair,
two,
red hair.
three.
Trey Canard's red hair.
Suck
Last
it, everybody
time,
else.
all
it
good
was the three of
motocrossers
us
have
with-
red hair.
Yes.
Ricky Carmichael, and he had
That
red
reservoir
hair.
Dude, your reservoir tip is full or something. It's very weighted. Has a lot of gravity.
And
Yeah,
the
oh, it could
reservoir
be like
tip.
a. The reservoir tip is full.
Stop. So we're gonna have
So-
Trey Canard. You know you're gonna have to clean this up.
So
My
I
Trey-
mic covered just from throwing down one
No,
human
I'm-
beatbox.
No, I'm saying you have to
Shoot.
clean this up with regard to Trey. He's a devout
Well, of
Christian, so we'll
course.
keep it clean.
Yeah.
Although he's friends with Ronnie Mack, which is blows my mind. I don't
Well,
understand how that works.
but they're top 2 in the world for goon riding, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
We want to know.
I mean, DV is my guy. I think David Villeman
did
is
throw down.
he is unbelievable.
yeah, it's great.
There's some great goon
That
riders.
takes a lot of
I'll put
energy
Trey,
to
but
goon ride.
Yeah, like to do it right.
Have you ever truly goon rode?
Yeah, I do. I do it naturally.
Yeah,
Seriously.
But you don't have to work as hard. You're more
No.
naturally gifted.
I think the violent twisties or whatever. I don't quite see that as much. Like
No, but
Trey does
good
some of that.
stiffness.
Trey does
Yeah, we
that.
don't need the whips and the quick
Yeah,
look backs.
the neck flipping. Like I watched some of that literally.
That looks
in the
like you
last
could
day
get
or two.
injured.
You'll hurt your neck doing that.
Yeah, dangerous.
But yeah, best goon riders. That's a great. Hey, big shout out. Trey Canard is on the show. You can see the sign. Things to know. He has red hair. That's
He does.
We studied that.
and he loves sunscreen.
And hey, Nick, go ahead and show the camera, dude. Tell everybody what today. What? No, grab that thing. Zoom that bitch in.
I was
I couldn't
awarded,
see the bottom.
I was awarded Employee of the Month
Great job.
And that's bull,
over,
dude.
over some other people
No.
that didn't want it. You
I
gotta want
wanted it.
You
Well,
gotta
you were
want
late today, so Nick wanted it more than Nick even said
For
it.
13 shows, I was here before him.
it. You got to be there when it counts.
But when it counts,
When it's time to go live,
that's bull.
we'll do it live.
I'll tell all the other boys. I don't care. I'm not. There'll be a little bit of backlash because, honestly, like, did we even know that this was
you know,
something
there's an
we could
employee and
win?
It's every month, so
There are
I
12
mean, I
months.
get that it's every month.
it's going to
but
start. Look, hey, you might wind up there. Just
Okay.
relax. So,
I
John,
feel
John is
better now.
John's bummed out. Hey, we got to go back. Like we've missed like with that Triumph thing we just did with Ricky and Rod. Awesome. Good
Lapuznak.
fun. Lapuznak.
Yes.
Got that. I messed it up on the opener, no doubt.
That was
and then
great.
Bobby Hewitt was awesome. We're going to go down and visit Bobby and cut grass. Pretty much, we're going to show.
That's why you bought the zero turn. You just were
Yes.
trying to impress Bobby.
I'm going down to bring
Got
my
a
zero.
three-seater zero turn. We're all going to be on
A
it.
3-seat
I
banana
get in the middle.
seat.
I'm sitting in the middle.
Reverse cowgirl.
Reverse.
What we did, we just grafted a Gady 80 seat onto the
Yes.
zero turn. And now
All
we
the
can
shapes. We cut other shapes to put
Yep.
on there so it'd look
Worst seat
legit.
ever. Those
we
things
can
are
all sit
squares.
on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got to hang out with Bobby, and that was a fun time. If you haven't seen that, check it out. All of our other shows are available. This is our second filmed one, so
Yeah.
cool. We're digging that. Vurb.
Bobby's just so humble. Like
Yeah.
he knows a lot, and he has a really cool management style, which he sort of alluded to. But he's just so humble.
Yeah.
You can't really grasp the gravity of what he's doing. It's the first time.
Yeah, so we got to go to Triumph and see the bike, put our
Yeah.
hands on it, take
Sit
it off
on
the
Oh, yeah,
stand.
we did see the bike.
The dude
Sit
said,
on it.
He's like, take it off the stand, man.
We sat on it. We pushed
stole
each
it.
other around the
This
office.
joker right here,
Yeah, we were
weird
pushing-
science. He's about to. They're
Yes.
about to hit the inner whatever that creates.
You
Kelly
come in
Cro-
here with your motorbike stinking up the place, and believe me, you do stink.
You
Next thing you
stink.
know, you have a bra on your head.
Yeah, you
You're
look
wearing-
just like that. That's what I see right here. Weird science.
That's exactly right.
But yes, we did. We picked the bike
Sorry
up
about
off
your
the
house. You have a
stand.
lovely home.
We sat on it.
Yeah, it was awesome. So that was cool. So we're going to go down and visit
The bike.
Bobby.
When we say the bike, we're talking about the new Triumph 250.
Right. The Bonneville was there and some
With
other
a
bikes were
serial
there.
number.
And we got
Very
the inside
low
on
serial
number.
what was coming down the pipe.
Yes, they're entering all kinds of markets.
Everything.
They're like, hey, let's just turn everything upside down.
Yeah, they
6 total markets that they've never been in, which
yeah,
is
I'm like, dude, you're marketing.
as a
Speaking
company-
of marketing, you better hire like 50 guys.
better higher up. Yeah.
So that's going to be cool. Triumph's going to be fun to watch. And hey, man, I'm just stoked that I've seen other people's response, like the negativity sometimes. I'm like, what are you so pissed off about? Oh, it's going to be another Cannondale. Good luck with that. Blah blah blah.
It
I'm
will
like,
not be.
It's more. No, it will not be because of the people involved. And
It's
that's not a
passionate.
startup mountain bike company. Okay, they have a
Yes.
little bit of knowledge on motors and
Well,
sourcing.
the company's 125 years old.
And the founder, owner is one person, not
Yes.
a board. So if
Who's a
If he goes,
billionaire.
hey, I want to make a drag race car company, they'll be like, all right, what? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Nothing.
Let's
Sky's the
do
limit.
it.
So
Yeah, he's
props
worth
to him.
like $6 billion.
Yeah,
to-
Beta,
you know,
Ducati. I'm all about bring them all in. That's more
Yeah.
opportunities.
And they're
more guys.
coming.
Yes, they are.
More
coming.
jobs. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's gonna be
super
awesome.
stoked on it.
They get about 7,000 factories. We got a shot at a ride.
Yeah, they're running out of riders.
Man, at some point, yes. So whatever the total population is of washed up motocrossers,
If they have a
if they
factory
have
for each
one more team than
Yes.
that,
Yes.
we'll have a shot.
Hey,
I feel like it.
I'm gonna get you guys in Fast House. Like this fly stuff. Nick's already wearing it, but Fonzie, he's gonna hear about all this. But like Nick's wearing
I
a Fast
know,
House.
I'm so
Oh,
embarrassed.
it's bouncing
Look at the
his titties.
flex, dude.
Anyway, I'm
It's
wearing.
not bouncing. That's
just
muscle engagement.
That's just that's his
That's,
heartbeat.
that's the fast house
That's his
market.
heartbeat.
So we're gonna get you guys all dialed in. We're gonna be done with who you are. We'll get the Fast House
We're gonna
Husky
reinvent
edition.
me.
HUSKY.
Yep.
That ain't cool, man. I'm sitting there like, what do
Wait
you
a
mean? And then I
minute.
reverted back
No, I'm
to
just
those
kidding.
dang
I'm gonna need
pants,
it
those
too.
tough skin pants. Be like, what size you wear? Husky. I
you're like-
wear husky, man.
Dude, I had those, and I'd be like, "Do them knees bend?" Because it takes about 2 years to bend them knees.
I
in.
can remember running and sliding on carpet.
You
and
could drag
do it
behind
for
an
decades.
F250. You could get behind an F-250.
But this
No
is the
problem,
second
it'll
time we've
hold
seen each other
My
today,
damn dog.
and I'm appropriately dressed in Fast House now.
got
I
my
have the
Fast House hat.
contractor starter kit.
Yeah, we
Contractors
house
don't
built.
wear fast. Yes, I can build a house pretty fast.
Earlier today, I was in a land of vests with you guys. You had a vest.
I had
you
a Fast
vest.
House
I
vest
come
on.
from the
The guy at
land
the
of
gas
the-
station had a vest.
There's our dog.
That's because he was a contractor too. We had on contractor starter
We were
kits
meeting with some folks
they
about
were-
some stuff.
about stuff, and it involved maybe
They
you know,
probably
like
didn't take me
like a
serious at all.
permit or something.
Yeah.
We need to look like we
Yeah,
know
you're like
about
you should be driving a
permits.
tank in Fury. We've already covered that. Nick is a tank driver in Fury.
Yeah, why
He's
is
Brad
that?
Pitt in Fury.
You are Brad Pitt. Although your employee this week goes,
Yeah, that was
"Hey, where you going with old ass Brad Pitt?" And I'm like,
Did he say
"We
that?
talking about him?" He's like, "Yeah, old ass Brad Pitt." Dude.
Old ass Brad Pitt, bitch ass.
Hey man, they were not playing around. It was great.
Oh,
I
bitch
literally
ass.
just flung dirt from probably 40 years
40 years of lizard helmet skins.
in my eyes. Like this thing flipped. And
Dude, I think it's deteriorating. I think that
sure it
might have
is.
been old stock.
this old
I
chemical.
thought it was the new model.
NOS, dude.
That's old stock. That's why it's coming apart. It's not roost.
Dude,
I
easy
just
on
flipped
the
some
skins,
pie-
dude.
I'm pretty sure this thing's got a skid mark in it.
Dude, it looks like
Kevin's been wearing this thing for underwear.
Yes.
I've had that in my book bag
It's called
that
the
I
mud
carried
bite.
to every race. And I literally I'm waiting for let's make a deal. Does anyone have a helmet skins?
You know
Kevin's
how-
like running.
You know how like at some point in your life you've been in your car and you're like, God, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm not gonna make it. And
So
you wind
Kevin's
up coming
like,
home with
this isn't real obvious.
Yeah.
No one would suspect me for
you wind
pooping.
up coming home with one
No,
sock
that's
on.
that's what 12
Yeah.
fire,
Yeah.
that's what 12 fire stations in Paulding County will do.
You got
Yeah.
one.
I have options
The
anywhere
one
I'm at.
sock
That's true.
trip home is like the walk of shame. You come in, your
yeah.
wife's like, "Where's your other sock?"
Why do you have
Why are
blisters
you
on
going
your
straight
left
to the
heel?
bathroom? Where are your shorts at? Don't
Yeah.
ask questions.
That's
you don't
what
want
happened
the
to
answer
Kevin, and he reached in this and like,
That
or
is not good.
he was just got excited.
All
and
I
had
have was
to
a
take
bunch of credentials that are plastic. Those
a
don't.
side of the
you can
road.
scrape down.
You might, you could use them like a putty knife. and
side
rake
Yeah,
of
it.
you're
the-
putting a sticker on your, getting all the air bubbles out.
That's
I
not
can
good.
Or he got excited and he's
Stop
like, "Man,
it.
I wish I had a silk sock." And then
it
this worked out
Yeah,
for
but
him.
helmet skins are close to silk.
They don't absorb.
They're more like
anything.
neoprene or
They
something.
don't absorb anything. They're designed for shit
Well,
to
that's
bounce
why that's
off,
a
right?
reservoir tip.
Just kind of hits and flies off.
Yeah, nothing
Reservoir tip.
sticks. It
That
all
thing has
diverts,
a ginormous
deflects.
Steve Carnegie-esque reservoir tip. Like, if you're dumping 19 ounces in there, Jesus.
Is that
bro.
really the count? You've measured it?
I mean, that's what it'll hold, yes.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay. But we've never measured Steve. Okay. Yeah,
No,
I got
I'm
it.
just guessing.
Hey.
I'm being stereotypical in a very positive fashion.
Yeah, it's a
I just worked
compliment.
with Steve.
It's
I was at Lazy
complimentary.
River, the Yamaha Blue Crew Invitational.
How was the Blue Crew
was there.
How was that? You had Damon Bradshaw.
Damon
and-
Bradshaw and Ryan Villapoto raced.
Did they just? Oh, they raced.
Well, they rode, but it was cool because they would just jump in.
Oh, just
The
jump in
PW
motos?
class, they were like, man, and then Damon Bradshaw, raw, like flying past. And then your boy did the coolest thing, Anthony Bennett.
Oh no.
It was, two things.
A B.
Two things.
He did two things. One cool, and then the other
No,
one.
the
you were gonna tell us
other
The
about.
other one was crazy.
We were. I didn't know that was him racing, but anyway, it's right there at the checker flag, and him and Bradshaw come over at the finish line jump at the same time, and Bradshaw lets up, just cruising, and Anthony goes, "Yeah!" Like
Of
he
course,
beat,
I
like he
smoked
beat
Bradshaw.
I was like, dude, that guy thinks like he. I hope somebody got a photo of that because it was epic.
That's pretty cool.
And then later on that night, he got on their motorcycles naked,
Of course.
got
He's never not on a
naked
motorcycle.
photos. On
RV's bike,
Yes.
Bradshaw's bike.
which will go on the calendar. He later went and showed them. RV thought it was hilarious, and Bradshaw goes, "What the fuck?" man?"
Yeah. What is happening?
That was awesome.
Because knowing he probably like
Got the
ran his
proper
hand
response
across
from
the
both.
seat. You
Oh,
know,
no
he's
doubt.
like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ride this tomorrow."
Yeah, and he probably goes, and Bennett's going, "I'd probably decon that, bro."
Yeah.
You ought to take a spare lizard skin and like wipe your hand. Not this one, but a spare.
So we talked about Anthony and his squad. Anthony wants to share the love to. There's like 10 guys responsible.
Yeah, they're not, all of them naked. Let's get naked. Let's get naked
so
on
they
our
go
friend's
if
motorcycle.
you get a new bike, and now they've turned it into just if you have a bike.
Yeah, it does-
'Cause
you don't have to have a
There's
new
not enough
one.
guys that get new bikes every year in their squad to go and sit. Basically, they go and get on your bike, sneak into your house,
They break in,
RV,
sneak in.
wherever it is, which they've done. Our little XR350s. Get on them
250s, dog.
250s. That's right. Get on them
No, they got
naked.
power.
yeah.
Wish they did, right?
Yeah. But so, yes, and he sneaks in, breaks in, does this whole photo shoot.
The video,
naked,
but he does. It's a video. He turns the video camera on,
Yeah.
and then grabs screen grabs from it.
and just sits there and does all these poses.
So,
he's
yeah.
all leaned back. It's
So he
just-
sends the stills to us, but then he goes, "I'm gonna send y'all the video." I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to see you
Yeah, I'm not
climbing
sure.
on these."
he sent a
serrated,
video of my camper.
Yeah, the serrated pegs. Where he's like, "Ugh," and you hear his butthole like climbing. Like it's just not.
He had to put the shoes on.
Nothing.
Most of the shots, you'll notice he's wearing his shoes because of the foot pegs.
Off your seat.
Yeah, that's right.
when he drops those dingleberries down.
Yeah, and
there,
they
just
like, dunk,
settle
dunk.
in.
Yeah.
And then he
some of
makes a
those
calendar
gripper
at the end of
covers.
the year of everybody's bikes.
Raw Bottom Productions. I got a
How
couple.
funny would it have been
Raw
if he
Bottom
had gotten
That's the name of
That's
it.
awesome.
Raw
if
Bottom.
he would have gotten caught doing Villapoto's biker brush.
And, like, his
Somebody
ass-
was like, "Hey!"
and then beat his naked
Yes.
ass. That would you can't fight naked.
I'm
And-
not
and
fighting.
nobody
I bet
wants to
if
fight a
anybody
naked guy.
could, it's him. He could fight naked.
Just
Nobody
square
else
up.
would be like,
You think he'd just square up like a
jump,
good
just going
aggressive
like this
attack
right here.
attack position? You know, just
I'm not
wide-
fighting.
wide
I'm not
feet.
fighting a naked guy.
No, I don't
No,
want to touch
dude.
him.
What if
I
you
touch
got?
naked
What if he
people all the
got
time at
fully
the fire
torqued,
station.
and you're like, "Whoa, you're
Chill
fully
out,
torqued,
dude.
bro.
You're-
Let's take a break before we
Got a
fight."
massive
What are we
boner.
fighting about? If you're torqued up, why are we fighting?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like we
exactly.
should be having sex. It makes me horny when I fight.
Yeah.
Okay. fair
Okay.
enough.
Well, then we'll have to keep taking breaks then.
Yeah,
'Cause I
let's
can't
not be
fight a
horny.
man with a boner.
All right,
mean,
so
not anymore.
We've covered that race. Now you and Nick went and did something like you guys. We do a lot of riding. I don't do any of it. But
You're
you
going
guys,
to though. We're not putting up with this forever.
I got some gear coming.
If
Fonzie.
you get me gear, then
I will.
I'm not riding until you ride. Does that sound fair, Nicholas?
Fonzie,
Man,
we're gonna wear our when we get the fresh gear, top to bottom, Bell 9, pants, jerseys, the whole deal. They got
We'll just
off-road
go
stuff.
see Bobby and be like, "Put us in.
Put us on.
Put us
dog.
in, coach."
me
Come
in,
on, I want
coach.
to put some ropes. I want to climb over the rope, get on a bike.
Woodland
That's-
State if Coach put me in.
Man, there ain't no
State.
doubt in my mind. We'd be living up in a house.
But you
on
guys
a
went
hill.
and rode with some
Yeah,
buddies.
so-
You did a dual sport. Now, when you think now, those of you listening at home, dual sport, what do you think?
I think
Gravel
mirrors,
roads,
headlights.
mirrors.
Like we got to be street legal because
Right.
dual sport. So there's going to be some pavement, right? I mean, wouldn't you think?
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah. This dude cut trail,
How many times you say you hit your handlebars the first?
both handlebars at the same time. One of those where you like close your eyes and just, oh my
Wait
gosh,
for
they're
your
both
knuckles to
going to
get
hit.
smashed.
Well, we got bark busters. So I don't know, 12, 15 times both
On a
bars.
dual sport.
Oh, over the whole ride or just the
No,
first?
just the first day.
the first day. Oh, at least 15 to 20.
And how many guys quit 1 mile into this
Well,
thing?
so
You shouldn't quit. Nobody quits GNCCs hardly.
we had some that quit, and
right.
we go through the parking lot.
This
and
is
then
in North Georgia or Tennessee?
It was Tennessee.
in the mountains of Tennessee?
Yeah, it's in steep stuff.
Yeah, it was very very mountainous region.
And rocky. And we come out of the parking lot, turn left, go up in the woods, and I see one of our guys fall over at the base of the hill. So
7
you can't
minutes in?
stop. There was what?
And it was a
250
pretty good
riders?
hill. The first hill was a pretty.
So it's not a race, just a
No, it's
fun-
just a ride.
Just a fun,
But
laid back. We're going to have some fun.
We're thinking it's going to be easy in little Jeep roads all day or something. But it was not at all. It was rocks. It was rock to rock to rock. And then when it wasn't rock, it might have been muddy.
Tennessee is known for that.
And then it was brutally steep at times. But our guys, so the very first hill, one guy falls and you can't really stop. I go on until I find a place to get out of the way. And then me and Nick walk back down the hill and I'm like, what are y'all doing? Why are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Why are we still here?
They were just chilling.
They were just hanging out on the side.
You know, when you fall, like especially in your group, like there were times later on in the day that I fell. When you fall, it's
Not
almost
the
like
first day.
I've got the race mentality of get up, get out of the trail.
If
and
you're
get
not
going.
hurt, get up.
yeah,
get
up,
up, get
dude.
moving. They're just chilling at the bottom, like on the side of the
So
trail.
I look
like,
at the odometer. I'm
So
like,
they're already
we've
pondering
gone
quitting.
1.2 miles.
They quit the first hill. Like we rode down a hill.
No, it was the parking lot, right?
Yeah, we rode down through there, and then we rode like a road and a little bit of a creek bed, and then it was a pretty good hill. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you just had
Yeah, it was.
you had to keep the throttle on. It was early in the morning. It was a little slick, and they both fell at the bottom and quit. I mean, like we're done. We went up when he says we went up the top, found somewhere to get, and walked back down. We went up the top, waited for 15 minutes.
Or more.
At
And we hear
least.
somebody yelling. We're like, God, maybe they're hurt. So we go back
hey,
down.
we're leaving.
I mean, that was basically what was going on.
we're going to get some beer.
Yeah.
Or we're getting mauled
1.2
by a bear.
1.2 miles.
God, it would be so much a better story. if
It'd be way better if you got mauled
way
by a
cool.
bear.
Fair
But
enough.
all that to say is we've hammered on Nick like we've made fun of him riding and all this stuff, which I don't really know why, because, maybe
I'm terrible.
Maybe Kevin
You're
says
the one
I'm terrible.
I tell you straight up.
But Nick's like, oh, I don't know. And I feel like we kind of ran with the fact that maybe Nick don't know how to ride. Well, that whole day, he made it through everything. And it'd be like riding through like bowling balls.
Yeah.
For 200, 300 feet up a hill.
Choppy, wet.
Just imagine bowling balls on a hill.
Yeah.
And we got to go up that. And I would turn around. Every time I turned around, he'd be right behind
So
me.
y'all, it went from a dual sport ride to the hard
To
enduro.
a hard enduro.
TKO.
And we were
Tennessee
basically
knockout.
he took and cut in a trail. Some of it you could tell it had like 8 bikes on it.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we were definitely
I
breaking.
mean, when
in
you're
a
on a
trail.
single track, the single track
the
part,
single track is
that
6
wide is
inches.
It's literally
8
a
inches.
single track.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Like
we
that.
were
Virgin.
one of the first 20 bikes on it. You could tell there was just nothing was disturbed. So we broke in his
Except for
trail.
those two dudes that quit.
Well, they didn't help, and the trail needed to have those other two breaking it in. So no, I'm kidding. But I kept looking back because in my head I got it like, man, Nick don't know how to ride. Nick don't know how to ride. We've been saying it. Nick don't know how to ride. He is always there the whole way. And
I think Nick's a much like he's
he's
a strong
way
woods
better
guy,
than
for
he
sure.
acts. Yes. So he kind of
And
discredits
he's not terrible
himself.
at moto. We just bullshit. You wait till you see me. I'm
Just
awful.
joking.
Yeah.
So I kept turning around and he's back there. And I'm just like, man, that was hard. Like I'm talking difficult and he makes it. And so, I guess I need to apologize.
That's all. You don't have to
I feel
apologize.
pretty bad, Nick. I mean, I kept going, well, he'll fall on that. And I'd look back.
Well,
No, he didn't fall. And then we do something even worse. No, he
herein
didn't
lies
fall.
the problem. We were going up there, and it's supposed to be a dual sport ride, which turned into a
hard hell
enduro.
enduro.
So when I thought it was a dual sport ride, I took an CRF 250F air cooled piece of shit,
Hey,
23 horsepower,
sounds fun. to
Low
me.
seat height.
low seat height suspension, and turned it into a dual sport because I thought
Because we're like, we should probably need a tag. We probably need blinkers.
This
we
is going to
probably
be the closest thing to a dual sport bike I own. We pull in the parking lot and it's KTM, Beta, Sherco.
Yeah,
Like,
weirdo.
And you guys have bikes for that.
Yeah.
Y'all have everything.
Of course.
Oh, I had a Beta at home that I would have paid all over
Anybody to
again.
come get it.
Put it this way, we were 3.5 hours from home and we were not even finished
Nick's
with the
like,
first day.
if it was 2 hours, I'd
go
go
back
get
and
that
get
bike.
Yeah, I said anything under 2 hours, I'd go home and get my other bike.
Or pay Robbie to come drink.
yeah, I
it.
thought if
For
he
sure.
if he hadn't already been out of town, that would have
Robbie,
happened.
you're going to Nick's house, John's house.
Get the
Yeah.
Beta.
Get the
Come on.
Beta, come
The
on.
Husky.
And come on. I mean, it was, and let me tell you too, anybody, you guys that are listening from Tennessee, good old Rocky Top, everybody's good at the terrain that they live in, right?
Yeah.
So them Tennessee dudes are slick.
There's
right?
some
They don't even
mountain
care
goats.
about the rocks.
mossy
And,
ass.
hey, mountain
Stuff
goats.
you couldn't walk up if you wanted to. That's what we were
I mean,
riding on.
they do the World Trials. They do the
Yeah.
TKO Tennessee Knockout is at the World,
World
Trial
Trials
Center,
Training
WT
Center.
Center, and that place is notorious.
Sequatchie
for
And
that.
let me tell you something. You would need to go practice that because those guys are mountain goats.
It's
I
not-
mean, mountain
What
goats.
is the trick there? So is it easy
For
on the
me, it's
throttle?
momentum and really looking ahead.
Planning
You
that
cannot focus on that one thing that's the most difficult part. You've got to look past it and believe in with all your heart that you're going past that. And so that was one of our things with our guys before they quit.
John, you need to take a hit from our sponsor,
Oh yeah, our sponsor.
Jim Bean, whoever that is.
Yeah, and so
Today
there-
it's Kentucky Fire.
there were a
Cinnamon
lot-
whiskey.
I mean, there were some people. Let me tell you, those mountains, like you don't think. I would like to go ride that snowshoe just to see how tough it is because some of these mountains you'd come down
Woo!
and it
That's
was
hot.
probably
I have ridden up there.
it's probably
It's like that. What we rode is similar.
some of those downhills were probably only 5 minutes, which is a long time
Just
for
to
a
go
downhill.
downhill, yeah.
But they felt like 15 minutes. And
Well,
it
you're
was
picking
wet,
from rock
rocky,
to rock
and it
to
was
rock.
two-wheel surfing all the way. Oh, until I launched my
Till
bike
it
on the
wasn't
thing,
surf.
and I bent the front rotor, and so the last half of that day I had to ride with no front brake.
No, he would have no brake.
And then full brake.
And he's like, why does it work when I stop? Because like the fluid would flow back down. But when you got a bent rotor, it just keeps pushing the fluid back to the top.
Oh, right.
So Nick's going down stuff that is near vertical and no brake. You know, and I'm like, who does
Dang,
it?
dude.
So even more, he's
So,
got
hey.
like an alter ego, dude. He's like,
there were some of those downhills without lost the brake. I swear to you, I had my chest on the seat. Off
lean back.
off the back
I'll
of the
say
thing.
this.
And lean back.
Nick is that guy, like in terms of team events, like he's your anchor.
Yeah.
He may not be your fastest guy, but he will get it done.
Well,
Like that
he's
24 hours
consistent.
of Canaan.
Yeah.
Nick told me about this race up in West Virginia where he said when you ride at night, you got headlamps. It's 24 hours with a team and
Motorcycle?
bicycle,
Mountain bike,
He
yeah.
said his odometer read some obnoxiously small amount because he had to carry this freaking bike the whole loop, just put it on your shoulder. So
I've
that's
seen
the
races
dude.
like that.
That was a hell
So
of a race.
muddy. I remember that.
Yeah, it was it
Canaan, right?
rained. Yeah, 24 hours of Canaan, and we
You sure it ain't Canaan?
Cane and man, and
Canaan,
so
the Cannes Film Festival.
if you're from West Virginia,
No,
that
it's
part
not
almost
Con.
is Canaan because they got that.
They got
Funky
that
Fist
mountain
up there.
Appalachian.
Appalachian.
Right.
So yeah, it was an 11-mile loop. I started it like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and finished at daylight.
See, that sounds terrible.
carry
It was
I just
terrible.
want to go to bed.
And
man.
my
You're pulling yourself up with trees and
Yeah.
Hooking roots on the ground. To pull
odometer
yourself.
had 3 miles on it. I carried my bike 8 miles
That is
in the
terrible.
middle of the night. And the problem was back then, it was a night ride. Well, the lights were really shitty. So
this is 20 years ago.
Yeah,
so
but
the
that
lights would only
attribute-
last.
That's a
the
tangible
lights only
thing.
lasted 2 hours. So 2 hours in,
We're
You're-
out. We don't. We can't see.
no more lights. And so they're literally like
It's
you're going
cool.
up the mountain to the top, and there are dudes sitting in the ditch like multiple times. I
Come on,
lost
man,
weight.
get up. You had
and
to
they're
talk
just
them
be in
into
the ditch crying.
crying.
because they can't see. and
Literally
they're giving
crying,
up.
grown men. I'm like,
Well-
I don't know what you're crying about because you got to get out. You can't stay
Yeah,
here.
there's no way out.
Yeah, except
So that attribute about you that'll make you carry your bike for 8 miles is why
He'll finish a ride.
he
He'll
was
go and handle business.
he was really good, and like you got some kind of ability in there that you act like ain't there, and like because we went over some difficult stuff. Now on Sunday, the tables did turn a little because like. It got harder. We were riding
yeah.
all the double A lines. You had go arounds for the real difficult stuff.
That's me.
And we just chose the double A stuff. I don't know why.
I don't either.
The group, we didn't really know the way. So we were following some Tennessee mountain
You got
goats.
3 minutes before you got to wrap.
And
the
they're
story.
just like, man, you ought to follow us. And they go over the double A lines. Well, Nick goes up one and you know, if he lose momentum, he doesn't have enough horsepower,
bottom end
torque,
on that
or
tire.
gearbox or tire. So all this stuff starts working against him when he was doing fine a minute ago. He jumps off the bike on the side of this big hill and like catches a tree across the neck right here.
Of course.
And he's like, "Oh man, thank goodness my neck was there to hit that tree."
To stop me from going down.
But like most people would be like, "This sucks. Take me out."
No,
he kept
threw his
a good
neck-
attitude.
He threw his neck around a tree to stop him.
That's
and
what
he
we were
clamped
sitting there.
down on it. He's
Yeah,
like-
somebody was like, "Man, I thought you were going to fall all the way down that hill."
that's
and I
what
was
my
like,
neck's for.
Luckily, my neck caught me.
But you could hear the helmet slap the tree when his neck caught it and it bent the neck down and the helmet like smacks the tree.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
like,
something to that.
hey.
Like my wife has that gene in her too.
No
my wife
quit.
does these.
That's how she gets this grass.
She
cut,
does
dude.
these Ragnar events, which are
Yeah.
6 to 12 man teams, and you run across. She ran across Florida. You run from the Gulf to the Atlantic.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
300
you know,
miles,
it's
and
just
it's
not
a
that
team
far.
relay. They ran from Rome to Chattanooga, like all these
Yeah, yeah.
crazy whatever. They're fun. Like,
Destination.
that does interest me.
Yeah,
the pain of
that
those
sounds fun.
team type deals are
It's
interesting.
pretty killer. It's inspiring, really, that all these people don't have enough quit in them, right? They
Yeah.
just keep
Bleed
on.
through your shoes. She's talking about bleeding through.
Yeah,
the
you hear about
backers.
We
people
need to do
toenails.
they do an off-road race here that's either 12 hours or something.
They do a
Yes,
24
they do
hour
one
one in
right over.
Perry.
They do one at Kingston. They do a
Yes,
team
you
race
always
right-
talk about that. That's the one we
That's
need to
10
do.
minutes from here,
Yeah.
literally.
We could
come back for
ride from
sandwiches.
here. Yes,
It's
We could
literally-
ride
I
from
love
here.
sandwiches,
We could
love
ride
sandwiches.
from here all on one bike.
All of us, and share that.
and
bike.
that way we keep the hours down on the other ones. Yeah,
that's good.
smart. It's a good idea.
Yeah, those kind of things are interesting to me.
Less
I suck
maintenance.
and whatever. Just getting it done. Day in the dirt, awesome.
Yeah.
super fun. That
Day in
one's
the
coming
Dirt's
up.
got some cool stuff like that. We need
You've
to-
done it, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
That one down at Dade City. They're doing one at Glen Helen like Thanksgiving weekend. That's the OG one.
Yeah.
But dude, the one at Dade City is overtaking that one.
It's
In 4
outpacing
years,
it.
It's bigger numbers right now.
The Southeast is the new California.
I know what you would think. I mean, California, the number of riders there, but
There are a lot
They
of
do
riders.
so many events out there at Glen Helen. Just think about the World Vets, the two
Yeah.
strokes,
that's coming up too.
all that stuff. Yep.
World
Day in the
Vets.
Dirt's a lot of fun. We definitely. And it's the
Team
week.
events are the shit.
It's the week before after
right
after
right
Daytona.
around Daytona, somewhere
So right
before
after, I
or
think.
whatever.
Yeah.
So good, so damn good. I can't recommend that enough. dudes that are, get your team together. It means nothing. You get to race through a barn down the road on a supercross track
It's
through the
fun.
woods.
with a radar detector or something.
Yeah, they time you. You can see how fast you're going down.
I'm
the road.
not down with that. I don't want to see 80 on.
Well,
anything.
dudes like that's a thing now. They go by and look. They're like, oh, I got 84 on that, like Behrman and them.
That's
dudes
what I
are-
mean. I
Yeah.
don't want that.
You want it. You do because you'll be
No.
like, oh, and everybody.
You know
throws
what's
I
scary
just
about
want to
that?
go fast where
And
everywhere
I've done
else.
that course, right? So to me, okay, going down those mountains, two-wheel surfing, if anything scares me on a dirt bike, that was pretty scary at points.
Yeah.
And the scary thing about the day in the dirt, I mean, there's nothing, it's really a fun track, except for when you're that straightaway where they're clocking you, to hit 80 miles an hour or whatever.
Pavement to dirt.
And then when you have to slow down and make the dirt.
You're hitting dirt when you're slowing
oh,
down.
You
come in
have
and
time to slow down, and you see some people, and the really fast guys. I mean, they're
They're backing.
they're
it
hanging,
in
yeah, they're
almost.
backing it in. They're
Tyler
hanging the ass
Behrman.
out.
Yeah.
Garrett Marchbanks,
come in right
Josh
out of the dirt.
Grant.
They're
so-
comfortable with all that.
Even me, like I'm coming in, and I'm thinking, am I still
See,
going
he
too
can
fast
just
for the
step
dirt?
off the motorcycle though. He's
just
so
run.
freaking tall. He can just
And then catch
decide
it.
like, okay, yes,
slide.
he
He's
can
sliding.
lose control.
So he's sliding like this with
Yes.
the bike, grab it, and then
then
kinda get
jump back
control.
But it
on.
does.
Sure.
It is a lot of fun. I mean, it is.
There
That's
is
a blast.
2-3 years ago, Josh Grant and Garrett Marchbanks. Garrett Marchbanks, who had just finished whatever
Yeah.
he did at Daytona. Josh Grant is just a
Second,
freak.
Third.
Yeah.
He was top 3, I think.
And so he's on a Club MX ride. Him and Josh Grant, there's a team race. So every whatever, they switch and they're on the same leg. They are battling each other. I'm talking about for every lap.
Yeah.
And then they show it. They got the video of Josh Grant coming around the side, full somersault in the air, and then he proceeds to run Marchbanks down.
Yeah.
And pass him and beat him. Just how gnarly that dude
Yeah,
is.
it's
And he's there. His kids are down there.
He
lives
has
in
no
Florida
quit
now,
either.
So, yeah.
The
I
relay races are fun too. They give you
Those
like
are the
a
best.
scrunchie to put
you
on your
get
hand.
you
helmet
trade
skin.
Yep,
panties.
and it's
Trade
funny.
rubbers.
It's fun because there are some people
Helmet
that take it serious,
panties.
but you're pretty much people coming in and you're laughing and cutting up,
Drinking beers. Like my job, like the first time I ever
I
did
ain't drinking beer and riding a
the
motorcycle.
first time I ever did Glen Helen, Red Bull flew me out there to do some video work, whatever. Tyler
Yeah.
Behrman was hurt, so he and I did some stuff. And in the email it goes, "Hey, make sure Kevin's not too drunk because we have some stuff for him to do during the day." And during the day, my job was, he goes, "Hey, take this Yeti cooler with these 200 beers, go way out in the woods wherever they're at, and fucking just flag dudes down. It's like and just toss
Have
them."
one, bro.
Dude, I gave out 90 beers.
That's incredible.
Everybody pulls in, drinks a beer, and zips on. It means nothing.
Let me tell you something.
It scares me.
I've done the Peachtree Road Race in Atlanta, which anybody's not listening. It's like the biggest 10K, 60-something thousand people on 4th of July in Atlanta. I've done that race since 1991. I think I missed 1 year because I was out of town for my kids' fencing, whatever. I've drank a beer every year during that 10K.
Dude, I couldn't run, and it's
Oh, no,
hot
it's
too,
awesome.
man.
You drink. Somebody always gives you a beer or gives you a shot. And even back when I was a faster runner, I've ran some good times coming across with a beer.
a little bit of a high and a buzz. or
PBR.
whatever.
So you always got because it's right downtown. You see, you got those little trendy bars and
Yeah.
it's
I ain't
buzz.
drinking and running. I ain't drinking and riding.
I used to
You
do a
just
bit.
might.
you'd
I'll
have a-
just drink
you
at
just
this
beer and
table.
donuts.
You know,
Yeah, you're drinking and talking.
I'll drink and talk.
That's
but-
more dangerous than drinking and riding.
Thanks to Ed Perry for turning me on to Voodoo Rangers.
Ed Perry, we'd like to thank you formally. Here he goes, Voodoo Ranger.
Ed Perry's
Listen to
listening. I know he is.
Oh
hear
man,
that?
that's delicious. That's delicious. Yeah, but so Nick turned that whole ride day around, ate absolute crap 4 times. One was called Hole in the Wall. He breaks shifter off, rides the rest of the day with
Second gear. or whatever.
reaching. No, he'd take his boot and like turn it in there and get him a shift. I was like, it didn't even affect him, man. I mean, the dude's
Just do what you
probably
gotta
dug
do.
a hole in his Alpine Stars, but he was able to ride, And I'm like, man, most dudes would pick
He
a
don't
gear.
bitch about it, and them dudes quit 1 mile in.
Yes, 1.2 miles
Yes.
was the
Hey
quit.
man, it's riding.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's what
The worst day,
The whole
you still
thing.
had a great time.
Hey,
You guys
That's
were
true.
cutting
It's
up
It's
great
your-
riding.
attitude.
I mean, it's tough, but it's riding. It's
You guys
fun.
had a good crew with you.
and the weather was perfect. The dirt was perfect. It was like black.
You had some guy
moist.
trying to jockey with Nick at night, trying to like man up on him, and Nick was kind of like Nick just
not
says
playing
what he's
this
going to
game.
say. He's cutting
Yes.
up like Nick's who he is, and if that rubs you the wrong way, it is awesome.
It rubs
like
people.
watching that is just awesome.
We talking about the dude that cooked?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember a specific rub? Or are you talking about? I don't remember.
He got a little rubbed when I asked him how he got the clap.
Yeah,
Because he was
That's
assuming you have to
weird.
have sex to get claps.
Yeah, and
who
he's
gave
like,
you
"Man."
the clap.
Yeah,
He said, "Man, this little tally, you might believe, not think it, but this little tallywhacker gets around."
yeah, it does, man. I mean, you're sitting there judging me. Listen, by God, this thing's got a lot of miles on it. It's
There's
about
some
wore
guys that
down
were
to a
there
nub.
that are enjoying the shit out of this. They're like, oh, I remember that.
They remember when it was worn down
You
to
know,
a
it was
nub.
really some funny stuff too. Like we were on the, because we wound up riding with that.
We're gonna get with Trey Canard. Don't fret.
Mountain goat crew. You know what I mean? Which had some girls in there could fly.
Yeah, we rode with girls the whole time on those double
And
A
they,
lines.
I mean, fly.
no joke, dude.
And
They
so,
could handle
hey,
anything.
let me tell you why
threw
they're
at 'em.
mountain goats, because, and I'm not picking, I guess I like big husky. We were talking about the husky pants. There were
Yeah.
some big, heavy set dudes in this group. And we first got with them. I
We're
said, well,
judging them, right?
I totally judge them. They looked like they were not in shape, couldn't ride.
And
I'm
one of them
talking
made
about-
a comment like, "Yeah, I'm an old washed up has been," and I'm over there in my head like, "Never was." What you talking about has been?
Hey,
And then he goes, oh,
I'm talking about some 5'10", 265, 270 guys. And
Round.
I was like, man, these guys are just going to be in our way in a minute by the time we
can't
Yeah.
pass him, guys. How you getting through them trees, dude?
In our way, hell. It was everything
need
we could do to
gut
keep them in
busters.
sight.
They would stop and
I
wait
get
at the
that.
hard turns,
the-
and that's the reason
I
we
totally
stayed
get
with
The
them.
tight trails, I don't think they could have done that. But like on those fire roads and that rocky shit, motoring.
just
He's on
Going.
an ATK Rotax
I was
600.
like-
One guy was on a weird bike, AJP or something, and I'd never heard of it. It
Yes,
had a low pipe.
AJP.
It had a
It looked like a
low pipe.
BMW adventure bike, except smaller. And it was,
He goes, "It's an AJP, dude." I think that's what the letters were, and we're idiots, for not knowing.
it wasn't
Immediate-
Brazilian. It was Portuguese.
Checo.
It
I
was
don't know.
Portuguese. It was from Portugal.
Portuguese.
The bike. AJ, it's like something.
If I'd have
something
known that,
Portugal.
I'd have throwed some Brazilian cuss words at him.
I said, I got a Brazilian wax.
Chupa
and
meu
pulled up my
pau.
skirt.
Yeah, I
The
just
old
he-
flying squirrel. What you
No, the
barking
funny
at,
thing
dude?
was,
This dog down there barking.
so
He's
we
attacking. He's
we
in
get
attack
to a
mode.
stop, and we're this big group, right, of people that we had run, and everybody could ride. Everybody, like, we weren't waiting on.
yeah, we
anybody.
weren't. No,
That's awesome.
And so somebody had a flat. I don't know. They're doing something, change his tire. We weren't helping. We were over there talking, and we were cutting up. And John makes a joke about, because somebody asked where
they
somebody
said
was
they were from Paducah, Kentucky.
And John said, that's where the quilt museum is at. And that's awesome. And so the guy's like, just looks at him. And I was like, man, he's going to kick your ass for making fun of the quilt museum. Like he's, you know what I mean? You don't make, he
you
said,
don't make fun of the damn.
I
quilt
made
museum.
myself, and I'm saying, the big
Paducah's
guy-
known for one thing. That's all we got, dude.
They got a
Don't come
huge
shit
sign
on
the
it.
size of a house that says
Yeah.
Quilt Museum exit.
So this
now.
guy's like, man, don't be fronting on the quilt museum. I'll kick your ass about that. I made a promise to myself. Anybody ever talks about the quilt
Ever.
museum,
My
and
mother
I ain't gonna
died.
break my word to
My
myself.
mother
And
died
so-
quilting.
John
Stars
gets
and
off his
bars.
bike and he's joking. He picks up a stick and he's like coming at me like, you talk about the quilt museum, I'll bust your ass with a stick. And we're laughing, cutting up. And then John throws the stick down.
That was
right?
your weapon, dude.
So
Yeah, but it was over. The conflict had de-escalated.
we're
so
laughing at this point. So then we're sitting there talking. And about 60 seconds later, some dude comes riding up
What you need?
like between us and like looks up at us and gives us a little Forrest Gump wave and hits the stick John just threw down.
And crash.
Eight crap, dude.
Yard sales. Oh,
And everybody saw
1
you
inch
the
from
one
us.
stick you
I said,
tossed.
oh shit, he just fell over the quilt museum stick.
It was over, dude. He ate it. I'm talking about the
You
quilt
hear the
museum.
breath go out of him.
The quilt, yeah, oh yeah, you could hear all the grunts and the bike just slamming to the ground. It was
Yeah,
great.
he hit it pretty hard.
This is Lincoln, our doggy, our mascot.
Yeah.
He's a mascot. He was walking like a Tennessee walking horse downstairs, man. He had that high step. I'm like,
Like
this dog
Deion
is
Sanders.
very excited.
Getting a touchdown.
He does not play.
So anyway, that was our dual sport
So don't
ride.
jack
that's
with the
awesome.
quilt
It
museum.
turned into
That's Paducah's finest.
What about this meet and greet? Did you ever have sex with
Mate.
Yves Demira?
Dude, they had Yves Demaria.
oh yeah.
Yves
John was
Demaria.
also in France for the nations.
Yeah. Yves
not- no
Demaria
Tennessee,
comes in,
but
is like,
no.
I'm here to meet you guys. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even getting meted by a foreigner.
My wife's here. I can't be doing that.
There was a ton of foreign people at the Motocross of Nations. I was like, what is up with all these foreign
Imagine
people?
that in Europe.
Yeah,
they're the foreigners, though.
That's the
right?
only thing about being in Europe, man. It's
They
full-
had trays of meat that just went on for days. And
Did you greet?
maybe
anybody?
that's
Just eat
why the meat and greet. Oh, yeah.
Just meet it. Just
But
meet it
I
out.
learned quickly, those seats in there, they all had some kind of business name or something. So I sit down at one, and this guy walks up and goes,
What's this boy?
do you work for that company? And I was like, no.
Do you?
I didn't know who he was. He's like, why are you sitting at this company's seats? And I go, oh.
My apologies.
Now I understand.
I got
Well,
red hair, son.
Yeah, I'm like, you
I do what I
realize I
want.
got red hair. Red hairs, they're good on a dirt bike.
You know what he was doing? He was just picking on you because he thought you were Irish.
Yeah, he did.
You know
Well,
how
so
they.
did you move
I was
like
over
a bitch?
that.
Nick
No,
wouldn't
I
have
didn't
moved.
move. I said, when I'm done, I'll move.
That's what's
But he
up.
didn't know what I said. It was foreign language. He was
How did
saying-
you understand
Well,
him?
he could bark out a few things, but
He's your,
if you throw it at him too fast, he's just lost.
and you just go, my God, you don't
I
talk
said,
me that
"Listen,
way.
son,
He's like, oh, he's obviously from another
when
country.
I go up to get another plate, then I'll move.
Played these
By
meats.
God,
At
until
least-
then, I ain't moving nowhere.
Did you have any Hassenpfeffer?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's rabbit.
No, I did have a chance to eat some weird stuff, but I didn't
wasn't
venture
another
out.
man, though.
No,
Okay.
this
so
time.
the meet and greet was not what you hoped it
No,
would
it
be.
was not a meet and greet
MEAT.
because they spelled it meat and greet. I'm
know,
like, dog, that's messed up.
I was thinking about today on the way out here. Since we've been doing this show and I've been hanging out with y'all, my meat stick and Red Bull consumption has gone through the roof.
You are all about some meat sticks and Red Bull.
I mean,
the
that's,
beef jerkies. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right
The
here.
Red Bull will
right
literally-
here. This
literally
is
just-
why I have issues with them sending out a press release that says meet
see
and
that?
greet. When you're the 85 school spelling bee champ, you don't play that game.
They should have
Yeah,
put an
that's
A
really
in
it.
greet too to be meat and great.
Meet and greet.
Oh my God, you're killing me, man.
Meet and greet.
You're killing me. What do you
Then
mean, buddy?
why in the world wasn't it a meet and greet? It should have been a meet and greet. That would have been epic. I'd be like, okay, I can get on board with this. Okay, we're gonna meet, and it's,
It's gonna
great.
be great.
Yeah.
No, but it was meat.
It was like
MEAT.
unknown. Maybe the meat's not gonna be great.
We don't know.
No. So, but I'll tell you one thing no one talks about at the Motocross Donations from this year is they're like, yeah, we ended up 8th. That's about where we should be. Aaron Plessinger in the first turn of the third moto,
Yeah.
if he was in the
Give
third
us a
one,
scoop.
he missed a shift coming out of the first turn in about third place. And you see him reach for the shifter again, and he just couldn't get the bike to shift. So he just held second gear or whatever gear he was in up and over this jump. Well, four or five dudes passed him right there because he didn't accelerate. In fact, he caused a big crash because everybody just rams into the back of him because his bike didn't accelerate leaving the first turn. No one
Who
talks about
sabotaged
that.
that? Who did that?
He just missed the shift. He missed the shifter, and he thought he had the shift, and his face went forward because
could
the
tell 'cause
bike
he was-
did not take
it
off.
lunged,
And
yeah.
then now he's scrambling trying to get that shift, and he never. No one talks about it, but
Chaos.
I watched it, and
It probably happened so quick, and if you weren't right
I bet
there,
camera angles weren't
look
the
at this
right.
guy. That's
This
him.
guy,
That's him moving your
he's
arm out of his way.
He's so needy.
I need love.
Bro, I've had torn rotators.
That's LL Cool J. I need love.
I need love.
When I'm alone in my room, and sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind,
I hear my conscience call.
telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. And for the first time in my life, Lincoln
Yeah,
needs some
I
love.
need love. Man, that's
Lick your
terrible.
lips.
Yeah, knowing his tongue is like
That
4
long.
millimeters
It's
shorter.
gotta be this wide, or he can just fix his hair.
But it's worn out, It's like
all the
he's
taste buds are
licked his
gone.
lips.
His lips
off.
are messed up. Has
Who
he had
licks their lips that much? I mean,
except
he
for
don't even
Jeff,
know he's
Jeff
doing
Killian's there.
it. Bud,
There's a guy that sold Chevy, sold me my Chevy.
Cobra,
"Kelly,"
the Cobra.
He'd come in there, he'd be like, "Well, we got your 1500." He'd be like, "You like gray, right?" I'm like, the first time, I'm like, but they raced with us. I never got the lick the back to the side.
That's because you were focused on something
Yeah,
else.
I'm
At
running
this point,
races.
you had to pay
It's me and
attention.
him. It's like
And
a
he's
cobra. I'm just like coming out of a pot.
You want to
like,
buy a
what?
truck?
Talking about old moto guys that make, like, this is a good thing
Old
for
moto guys that
being
have tongue.
older moto guys than us even. We talked about in here one time, we talked about our friend Chuck Bailey, how awesome Chuck was. I saw Chuck this
And
week,
Mick Bailey.
right? And Mick, how awesome Mick is. I think Mick's probably, Chuck's not listening. Mick may be listening.
Maybe
And man, what a cool guy. Just the one, the old
doing some
school
cool shit.
moto guys.
But did he have a weird tactic that he did, like with his tongue?
No,
No,
not
he
at
didn't
all.
want to lick you.
But Chuck is 72 now, and this says something good for moto guys. He looked
He's lean and mean.
like I introduced him to my son. My son's 24, and Chuck, they talked for a second, and then Chuck had to go, and he was in a cool looking old Chevy like he always.
Always,
his shit's
yeah.
always pimped out, all moto style.
You guys, and you all know this. Let's paint the picture. This guy had the coolest bikes, hand cut graphics. Before it was
Before
even a
you could
thing,
order 'em,
red
yep.
rims or black rims. Before anybody spent any kind of money on that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the coolest, the Oakley stuff that you snapped into your goggles.
The little nose
the
protector.
nose piece,
Yeah.
all the cool
The
little,
Jeff Ward style
the
little
full
nose
picture
guard.
of Metasevich. Yeah, it looked awesome. So
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
coolest guy. Who's that guy in
Style.
your town?
Yeah, and he's still wearing like little round sunglasses. I mean, that's cool. So when he left, I was talking to my brother-in-law. I was like, how old is Chuck now? He got to be in his 60s. And he goes, no, I think he's 72. My son was like, what?
You
That
thought
cool, dude?
60s.
Where, he goes, I thought he might have been a little bit road hard 56. He's like, that dude's
Right.
I can
in
see
shape.
that.
You know what I
Totally
mean?
can
Like
see that.
he's still like,
His wife was really pretty, super sweet and soft spoken. They were just a cool family.
They're
and-
good.
and his
well,
kid
it's just a typical moto. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
every town has them. Every community.
Yeah.
Who was that cool guy? His shit.
But some people
Rick Lindell was that
understand
guy
the
too.
cool. They understand how
How to make
cool looks.
down to the trailer.
Yeah.
Rick Lindell's
Trailer.
badass high point trailer
Dialed
that
to the
matched
nines.
his badass truck. Like the damn pinstripes flowed right into his
Yeah.
truck. I don't know if it was one of you guys that sent me a photo of
it
that
was
bitch.
me. Yeah.
Yes, like that thing was running down the road. I'm like, that's the coolest ass
That
trailer.
was in the last year too.
Well,
Like, I
and
was
the fact that he's got a Pro Track that still looks brand new.
Correct.
It's like, man, they quit making those, I think, a long time ago.
and he's a detailer, so his shit is
Always
obviously
pimped.
spotless.
how cool was Pro Track back in the day though? You're
It's the
like,
I
baddest.
think
of the
Ezra
bad.
had one. I think Ezra Lusk had a. He might was High Point.
High
Did
Point.
they make a trailer
Yeah.
as well, or was that the same?
It's
thing?
identical. I don't know.
That
if it's
was.
the same
I
company.
think that's what Ezra had.
yeah,
It
High
looked
Point,
too,
High Point trailers. Like,
But his was what Rick's was red with that black and
Red
red,
with
and
a
white
black stripe,
stripe and
white
stuff.
stripe,
Like,
yeah.
come on, fiberglass. It looked dope.
Sweet.
That shit was not happening.
but you
back
always saw High Point trailers like in the magazines and you know like that
Those
shit was
things
cool.
had to be kind of heavy compared to like a normal.
then. They were
enclosed.
fiberglass, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just looked like they looked heavy then.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
They
don't
were
know if
dope
they
as
were.
shit. Had
Yeah,
mag,
they were dope.
mag wheels. Who puts mag wheels on a trailer?
Rick Lindell.
You damn right.
My
And it looked
God.
awesome.
He knows what looks good.
What do
he
you
really
say
does.
we ring up Trey Canard? Y'all can talk. I'm
Well,
gonna ring this cat up. Anything
Ring
else?
him up.
Hey, another thing.
There's
go ahead.
all kinds of
while
stuff,
you're,
man.
While you're
We're
ringing,
rushed.
Go ahead, call him. But while you're calling him, we're going to talk about that other dude. We stopped on the trail one time, and this dude comes up to John. He's like, "Hey, man, I've been looking for you all over the parking
Out
lot."
of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, like
Yeah, we were
very
taking
aggressive.
a break. This is like how many miles in?
It was-
25 miles
yeah,
in?
it was like the most aggressive
Hey!
greeting.
That's exactly how it went. He goes, I need to talk to you. And he comes walking with a vengeance at
Yeah,
him. Nick's
like-
over here about to take off his helmet.
Nick's always the guy you want because Nick's always singing like karate.
Well, he's
stance,
got more
wide
reach.
stance.
Like, he can knock 'em out before they
But he
get to
sees
me.
he go, I'm about to work this
Well,
guy.
I
I'm
was
gonna pop
about
this guy. I'm gonna
no
hit that
joke. I
guy.
was about to take my helmet off, like I had my hand on the helmet strap.
You're like, wait a minute.
And yeah, and then dude came over there and like was so aggressive. I was like, well, I guess I'll leave my helmet on for a sec in case.
Pow!
Yeah, just in case the
gotta
dude wants to
headbutt this
swing
guy.
something.
Yeah, you can't win that one.
Yeah, dude, he was very animated and coming at me, and I'm just like, all right. And I got my motorcycle between me and him, so in my head I'm like, I'll just shove this over and break off his big toe with my front brake lever because
Boom.
I've
Problem
seen that
solved.
happen before. But no, he goes, I've been chasing you all over the campground. I need to talk to you. And I'm like, well, what's going on? He goes, how do you like your motorcycle?
You're killing me, dude.
I'm over here like dog. I was about to pick up another Paducah, Kentucky stick, knock
Make
you out with a
somebody
quilt
crash.
museum, dog.
He was from the Quilt Museum crew.
Yeah, he was.
Dang it.
I heard you've been talking about the quilt museum.
Nobody does that.
Yeah.
If you can tell by the size of our sign that we ain't playing.
Nobody talks
Yeah.
about the Quilt Museum.
Yo,
Trey,
what's up, man?
are you charging your bike? Is that why you couldn't answer?
He said,
Yeah,
quick,
sorry about
unplug
that.
the motorcycle.
Hey, welcome to Winners Take Y'all. You've never done this show. It's still me, and let me go ahead and get this out there. Me and David are fine. Like I still do some stuff. with David.
Nobody's fist fight.
No. I'm just close to home, and these are my buddies, and we spend like an hour. And hey, let me just tell you, we've already spent an hour talking. You've got 2 out of 3 redheads right now. John is a flame throwing redhead.
Yep.
I'm more
Since
of a
day
middle of the
one.
road redhead, and you are like,
Look,
dude,
don't hide your ginger, man.
the ginger is strong here. 3 out of 4 tonight. Bro.
Yeah, I'm the only.
The odds are forever in your favor tonight. Buddy.
yeah, listen, this is this. I told him, I said,
That's Nick talking. He's got dark hair, so just
He's a
disregard.
this is the
weirdo, Trey. He's a
second
weirdo.
show in a row we've done where we were talking to you. Last time it was talking to Ricky.
Yep.
And it's been 3 against 1, me with
Yeah.
redhead.
Get
Now
used
you
to
know
it.
how
We're
we
taking
feel.
over the world, dude. That's my life in general, right, Trey?
Hey,
you're
just-
always out
Hey,
there.
I
Just
got a
think
whole new
about
respect for
how-
you guys. I'll quit
Every day.
discriminating against gingers from here on out.
Yes.
Now I know how it feels.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. We are the hidden, like, we're oppressed, you know?
Yeah.
We're hidden people.
Did you ever have to fist fight people in elementary school because of your hair color? Like nobody making fun of you?
No. I mean, there was a lot of, like, grew up in the the era when everyone was talking about how we didn't have souls and things like that. So
You don't have a soul. That's probably an
but
Irish rumor.
Really though, nobody's going to mess with you guys. None of the three of you too much, because I think if like I were to attack one of you, that would be classified as a hate crime.
For sure.
Oh,
For
100%.
for minority
That's a
group.
Be like
felony, dude.
GLM would be all
You
over
could fight some regular brown-headed dude, no big deal.
Yeah.
You punch a redheaded guy, that's straight to the top.
Yeah,
that's-
ginger
watch
lives
out,
matter.
man.
That's
Yeah.
hate crime.
No, for real.
If you want to end up on the news,
Yes.
go ahead.
Come
Yeah,
out.
if that's how you want to live your life. No, in elementary school, I was the only redhead.
Anti-gingerism.
Only redhead in grades 1 through 5 at Ackworth Elementary School. And these dudes would just focus on me. And of course, I would get mad, right? You cannot get mad. Once you do,
You get all red.
they're
your
like,
face is
mess
all
with
dumb
him, mess
looking.
with him. He gets mad. So I would have to defend the red hair, man. I can't believe
He did it
never
for
had
you, dude. He's a Jackie Robinson
Yes.
of redheads, man. He fought his way for
Fought
you.
it too.
The first redhead to win a spelling bee.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah, Trey. How good are you at spelling?
Are you good at spelling, homeschooler?
I'm pretty terrible. Yeah, I was homeschooled sixth grade.
That's
So
Well, he blazed
that's
the
not
path
just
for
that's
you.
just not a ginger trait.
I know. I must
are
be like
even.
an anomaly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
you are, man.
I
You're
see
a
a
leader
lot
of
of
our
the-
people.
Things where they're fighting anti-gingerism on the news these
It's
days.
gnarly
too.
these days.
We're woke, dude.
Yeah,
We're not.
they
woke.
won't even take redheaded sperm. It's pretty bad.
Are you serious? This sounds like
Yeah.
you've done some research.
Wait. Are you being serious for real?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Yeah,
You can Google that for real?
No, I think he
I
walked
think-
in
I don't
somewhere
know.
and they told him.
He
that.
tried. You
Like,
tried
get
it?
out of here, weirdo.
Get out of here.
Hey, Trey, don't feel bad.
God.
Not like these guys
Hold
are just good actors. It's not like they haven't walked into a bank and been like,
I make $200 a month. Down
"Hey,
here.
I'm here."
We're doing redheads left and right down here.
They're like, "Dude, our
We don't care about the gene pool down here, apparently.
We used to ship to Ireland, but we don't do that anymore. So you're not welcome."
Hey,
here."
there's railroads that need to be built, dude. That's all I know.
Yeah, exactly.
that was part.
Wait. Sorry. Are you? Wait. Circle back. Are you serious? Like, where did you see this?
I don't remember where I heard this, but I was like,
Was it April Fool's?
I don't know, because I'd heard that we were like 2% of the population or something like that,
All right.
and then
Entirely too high.
I heard that that they don't take redheaded sperm anymore. So
Dude, that sounds like
Yeah.
serious anti-gingerism.
Semitism.
Yeah.
Ginger.
Gingerisms.
And
Yeah.
you guys, that's something I didn't know because I don't look a whole lot, but I've never noticed the hair color of my sperm. So you guys just see it red.
It shoots out. It's red.
like
It
just
literally is red.
Millions of little red dots.
Oh, come on. All right.
Red dots.
There's millions.
Man,
of,
that's a whole bunch of no-see-ums down there.
like millions of little red afros.
Oh,
what happened?
what is going on?
Millions
Hey,
of
welcome to
red.
Winners Take You All, Trey Canard. We haven't talked the first thing about dirt bikes.
And that's
it
how we like it.
And it got derailed. Yeah, Ricky talked, man. We had Ricky on. It took 40 minutes before we even touched
Talking landscaping and
irrigation.
dude, if you're gonna mow my yard, don't be going the same way every time. It makes ruts.
Yeah, he's all about it, dude. He's
He was
hard on his
fired up on
landscapers,
them
dude.
ruts, dude. He wasn't playing.
Fishing, beating Bobby Hewitt at fishing, dude. They don't play around.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny. I did not. I've learned a lot with Trey Canard here, man.
Yeah.
I say we give it a shot tomorrow. I say you guys go to the bank.
Kevin could get by. Your gingerism has
Look,
leaned
yeah,
on the
kind of
brown.
AC-ish. Like AC claims not to be a ginger. Like, do you think he's not? Is he not redheaded?
When he was a kid, it seemed more.
Dude, he was redheaded.
Yeah,
Trey, what do you think?
mine's kind of gone away too. Like my hair is like almost brown now.
Must be nice.
John's got the golden.
I'll just stay over here. You know, I have to wear brown sunglasses,
Carrying
and
the banner.
brown
Yeah, he looks
construction
like
starter
powder.
kits.
He's got his eyes dilated. He's got
Yeah, dude.
He's like a punk rock powder.
Yeah, yeah.
he's got some zinc all over his face. Are you climbing Everest tonight? Like,
Tonight,
dude,
I got-
it's overcast.
I
man.
got chalk on my hands. It's time to climb.
He's LeBron James going into every game.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Something.
God,
Has the
dude.
jet lag set in, Trey?
Yeah,
or-
buddy. Welcome back,
How
man.
tired are you?
Yeah, thanks, dude. I got sick yesterday, so I've been just camped out all day. So, but I've been back and forth like a ton. So,
Yeah.
I was kind of getting the hang of it, but this time definitely kicked my butt. So,
So tell me, you've been back and forth. My brother and I were talking before this show. He goes, dude, I am so fascinated. So we saw the Stark roll out. we saw, hey, we're going to make a bike. We are thinking about a bike. Here is a bike. Here's a bike jumping. Here's all these things. And Honda goes, hey, here's us at a race.
We're gonna enter.
What?
Was it a Japanese national?
that
And
is-
not only
yes.
are we in a race, we're
A
going to
big
get
one.
Trey Canard to ride.
Yeah, man. Like that's the biggest secret in all the sport to me. Like it's unbelievable. Like just take me through now that you can probably talk a little bit about it. Like the process, how they contacted you, what did you know about it? Like I'm so fascinated with all of it.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, because I'd heard some people like, oh yeah, it's probably some response to Stark, and I was like, no,
We've been
I've
on
known
it.
about it since like January, so it's definitely been in the works and something they've been wanting to do for some time. They've obviously been developing a bike. So originally, we were talking about possibly getting me more involved on the production side, which I have been. Part of my time over there has been some production testing, and then some of our race team testing over there actually, and then some MXGP stuff. But so that was kind of the first talks, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be great.
So this is January of this
And
year.
then, yeah, yep.
So you had
and
no
then,
clue they were. I mean, they were obviously 2 years
Yeah,
into
they didn't
this.
produce this out of their thin air.
No, I don't know if you remember seeing. It's been probably, man, I don't know when that was. Maybe 2018 or something. They had a bike, and it was kind of at the Tokyo Moto Show, and kind of around it, kind of surfaced
Had the
everywhere.
gull wing doors like a Lambro, like nothing that's never going to happen.
Gold wing.
No, the gull wing.
I know, I'm
the doors
joking.
that never happen. Anyway, I'm being silly because you see stuff at these shows that are like, it's
They'll
not
never
even
build
close.
that
Yeah, that's what you
concepts.
think anyway. So
Yeah.
anyway, go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, so Mugen had kind of started developing this bike, and then in the last few years, it's kind of moved over to more
Of course, it's Mugen.
a
Like that
Japan.
is so
That's the bad to the
appropriate.
bone, dude. I mean,
yes,
that's
he's back again 50 years later.
that's Hero Honda, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So so it's, I mean, I guess to say it's been in the works for a while, but
Dude, you should have wore boot
you know-
gaiters. You'd have been the Osho of that whole. Just do it full circle. Anyway,
81.
Go ahead, dude. Sorry.
so yeah, found about it then, and they're like, oh yeah, you want to go race the electric bike? I'm like, yeah,
Duh.
sure. I didn't really know what that means, but yeah. So yeah, found out more and more, and then I think at Paula's the last time we talked before it was kind of official, and yeah, went from there. Went over there in July, did some testing. Kind of got, I don't know if you call it fitted, but they didn't have the bike there, but they had kind of like a mock-up, plastic, everything, all that is a lot different. So
What do you mean
wanted to get my
fitted? So you're
opinion on
saying
it.
they had some points on the motorcycle? They kind of just adjusted everything to you, and it wasn't even a motorcycle.
It wasn't a complete. You're saying it's not a full bike at that point, right, Trey, or no?
Well, no, so I was in Kumamoto, which is
Now you're just
you know,
bragging, dude.
what we
Seriously?
call K- what we call KMO, which is
Oh, we
know,
do.
Oh,
does a
we
lot of
do.
our
We don't,
development.
dude. No, we don't, dude. There's regular people listening, dude. Come on.
He's trying to do shop talk on us.
Hey,
Come on.
Hey, when you're a ginger, you try to sound smart. You know what I mean?
That's
There's
right.
a lot
Okay,
of
I'll
things.
We
give-
can
I'll give you
relate to
I'm
that.
sorry.
Okay, you're
I'll
right.
Step
Yeah.
back.
Anyways, so the bike was developed. There's like all these different companies within Honda. There's HRC. There's the bike. They're the people that actually fully developed this bike was called HGA, and then I was in a different part of the country, of what they would call KMO. So a couple of the HGA guys flew down and just mocked up a CRF just to see what I thought, because it's quite a bit different as far as it's really wide for the battery. The way everything mocks up is a lot different. So
So the bike
so
you
yeah,
were
did
on,
that then.
the electric bike is a little more slender without the motor and all that.
No,
said it's
it's wider
Oh,
than
the electric bike is
than-
wider.
yeah, yep. So I got the question a couple times. Is it like kind of a CRF cut in half and welded together basically? But no, it's its own kind of own bike.
Really? So the
So
geometry is not shared. Everything's a little bit different. I mean, obviously, like and you can speak to this, like the geometry and the way the motor sits and the inertia of a combustion engine versus that. You have to change things around to accommodate each power plant.
It has to handle
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, and it's I mean there's a lot of different things going on as far as inertia and different weight and all kinds of things. So it's definitely it's
We're writing
tailored
this down.
to that.
We're building a bike ourselves. So if you can be as descriptive as you can, we're writing all this down.
He
Perfect.
really is.
Perfect.
We just bought a 3D printer.
We're printing a bike as we
correct.
speak. Anyway, that's the only reason you're on.
I mean, that's
I need specs, dude. I'm kidding. Back to what you're talking about. I'm sorry. We like to have fun.
he
We're
is
so
losing
dumb.
his mind, Trey.
We are so dumb. Go ahead, man. You're the pros pro.
Yeah. So anyway, I ended up riding it for the first time in September. So we had a 2-week test just for the e-bike, and then
Where did you ride it at? Tell me what a day. I hate to stop you, but like I'm fascinated with like I've never seen it. Nobody's ever seen it. How the hell did y'all put up 40-foot high black fence around every track you went to, and like, all these agreements you have to sign not to talk about it? Like, how does this even happen?
Yeah, so they have a lot of these companies. They have like what you would call like a proving ground or testing ground or whatever. Honda obviously has one of those, so they've got a track there that we can ride. And I mean, you have to leave your phone at the gate. It's like it's very high security. A lot of their new models are being developed. So so that's where the 2-week test was, and then we're back down at HSR is one of the tracks
So
right
many
by the
acronyms.
Kumamoto factory. Yeah, so
Writing this down.
so yeah, Honda facilities basically is where we were. So
It's crazy that they probably shot people that were trying to look over
Dude.
the fence and
Hey,
stuff.
I'm not to interrupt you, but I've experienced the full power of American Honda and Honda Japan. I was at the Honda whatever in California, meeting with them about contingency for a series I was helping out line up. And I asked the guy, I said, "Hey, can I take some pictures?" He goes, "Yeah, sure, man."
As long as you want to die today.
I'm taking pictures, and our Instagram or excuse me, our Twitter, Instagram or Twitter is linked directly to Racer X. So they had this continuous of media people that if something happens, they'll throw it up on the side. I'm shooting photos of some swing arms. I'm like, "You cool?" He's like, "Watch me take photos." During our meeting, Eric Kehoe comes in. "Hey, who is taking pictures?"
Oh my God.
Honda Japan had saw this stuff on Racer X, comes in there. "Let me see your phone." Delete those photos right now. I was like,
Wow.
"Oh my," that's true story. Just a swing arm of the factory race shop.
Wow.
True story. So they take
Kehoe
that.
walks in, grabs your phone, just spikes it on the ground.
Boom, ginger.
Smash. Who let this ginger in here?
I've always hated
Get some.
gingers.
We've never had a ginger at American Honda.
We've already hired Trey Canard. We're not getting another ginger.
Dude, I was
Out of here.
That was
Yeah, he was
unbelievable.
mad about
We
Trey.
met our ginger quota.
Get out of here. We have to have one a year. And this guy's blowing it.
Trey, it would be discrimination if everybody doing the talking wasn't redheaded too.
Yeah,
So
so
It's
ginger
true.
on ginger.
you
It's
can't
true.
claim it. So don't even try it.
So man,
it's true.
So the bike, like, let's talk about it. Like in terms of, you're going to say it's 3 seconds a lap
No,
faster.
before you talk about that. So is Hiro Honda alive? Mr. Honda, Soichiro Honda died. That's Mr. Honda. He was an older guy. Is the son alive? Do you know? I don't know how old
I'm
he would
not
be. I
sure.
would bet he's like in his 70s by now. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not-
Mugen Honda's old. It's
Well, I mean, do heroes ever die? I don't know. Was he really a
I think his
hero?
name was like Hirotoshi or something.
Oh, ooh.
Something like that.
Okay.
And so, okay, just
Yeah.
wondering. That's always Mugen's always been an interesting.
I think Trey's. He just can't tell us.
I think he knows.
That's
What if
secret,
he's
yeah.
kept
It's
alive?
like
He's
Elvis,
electric.
man.
He's just an electric version of himself. He's been
He's-
kept alive.
They
He's
put his
Elvis.
consciousness.
Yeah, you
They had
called
his
it, Trey.
consciousness.
He's
They
in a
transferred
conscience
his
is
consciousness
plugged
into
in.
Trey's bike.
Whoa. He's in a bottle of Barbasol like when they
bottle. No, he's not in a bottle of Barbasol.
That's what you had on when you were getting your pictures.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're saying that's a preservative that kept him alive. Is the
It's
the
just a
stuff
cool
the
big
barber
tall-
uses?
No, it's that you remember this is probably but no, you should be there. Whenever we had our pictures taken, they had one comb.
At school.
One comb and a
You dip it
gallon
in this Barbasol and
well, it was this-
everything's
yeah, it was
safe.
this round it looked like Superman's crystals should
Ain't
be
nobody
slid down
getting
in that. It was
lice.
green and they would dump the
It was
comb in
like
there.
like a green color.
Yes.
Yeah, what is
and they would
that?
run that
It
damn
just
comb.
lives in there.
Yeah, they run that comb through every kid's hair.
And that's where Hero Honda
They're like,
lives.
hey, this is strong enough to kill lice, but
It'll keep
it's
Hero
probably not unhealthy for these kids.
Yeah, it'll just rake out entire populations of
How does
this
that
critter.
how is that was that even a thing? Did you have that done to your red hair, Trey? They were like, "Oh no, do not do that." Hero
I just
Honda
remember
was
going to the barber as a kid, and,
And they had the
it was
big
like
thing, yeah.
the combs just like
Yeah.
lived in this goo,
Water.
you know.
in an
Dude.
aquarium.
The barber kind of like take it out and like slap it against
Slap it,
whatever.
Yes.
knock
Yeah.
the juice out.
Okay,
yeah.
so
All
same
right,
thing.
boy.
Same deal. Scoliosis day and haircut day. Same day for me.
Take off your clothes. We're
I was
gonna
all
measure your
crooked
back.
and getting my picture taken. Straighten that boy up. He's got scoliosis, man. Pour some of that juice on him. That'll fix it.
Yeah, rub
and
Barbasol
run it through
on
his hair.
Yeah, the coach who just rub Barbasol on your back, your spine. You're looking good, boy.
Yeah.
You know,
This'll
Now
fix
your
the
back will stay
scoliosis.
preserved.
get that kid a football helmet.
God. That is nasty, dude.
Pour some.
The thought of that and all
that makes me
those
laugh.
dang hair, like
That's
all
the
the
joke
people
of it.
before
I'm
you,
just sitting in
man.
line. I'd be in line. I'd kind of look over and they'd run that same
Man,
damn
he's
comb.
brushing that old
They'd double-
skanky dude's head. With
Yeah,
that.
but at least
I'd
like
be like trying to fix my hair. Like, dude,
my last
do
name
what you got to do to fix my hair. Mom, fix my hair today. I
my
cannot.
last name is Blackman and Trey's Canard. We're B and C, so at
Dude,
least
I'm middle of the pack.
Yeah, and John's Watkins.
W.
He got
He got everybody's
273 people use that
I
comb
never
before he
thought
got
about
to it.
alphabetical order on
Holy
picture
cow.
taking. You bunch
He
of
was day
idiots.
3 of the draft. He's just
All those bugs are like huge. They're overtaking the Barbasol the jug or
and
whatever.
in the 6th round of the hair draft, let's bring up Sean
They can barely get the comb out of it because it's
All
thickened
the-
up so much.
all the lights.
When this stuff gets a bunch of lice in it, it just thickens up. We can barely get the comb out.
Sorry to all the W's and Z's.
Turns into like a gelatin.
It's just like your mom's Jello. Damn, that's
Oh, my
gnarly, dude. That's unreal. I've never thought. Oh man, my last name. All them skanky dang afros and everything else just getting brushed.
And now he finds out I can't donate sperm.
Yes, it's been a bad day for gingers, dude.
Oh, dude,
Well,
I can't-
with the last name W. I
holy
mean,
cow.
that's gnarly.
And look how thick it is. You had, they
Oh,
got
I had the
stuck
best
in
hair
there.
in Paulding County in
Dude,
3 years
2017.
running.
I know this is nothing to do with it, but we were just talking about lice and my head starts itching.
Oh, dude.
Dude.
It makes your hair itch. if
Trey,
you
I'm
just
so
talk
sorry.
about lice.
But man, you've brought us down a silly road, dude. I cannot stop thinking.
Well, he's exhausted too, so it's fine if
Right.
we're all delirious.
What time is it? Is it 3 days later in Japan? Where are we at now? I know
You
you're
gain a
still on.
day, I think, when you come back from
He's
Japan.
20.
Yeah,
He's
it's-
42
it's,
now. With
from the
and with
central-
time change,
central
dude.
time zone, it's 14 hours ahead there.
What if
14 hours.
What if you'd have flown on Saturday when time changes, dude? You just like you die.
Yeah,
I
it'd
think
be
you just
like
blow up.
you disappear
Oh,
into the
man, I
mist.
think-
Or if you
that.
did it on your
Yeah.
birthday, would it throw them off from now on?
and if your birthday was on leap year and you did it on time change, who knows?
Oh,
how old
you'd
you
never
are.
see them again. They'd be lost in that quantum leap, like that black hole that's out there.
Superman's
In
flying to pull Lois Lane out of that ditch. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot of things going
the
on.
gnarly. Yeah, I don't know if that any of that's true, but
No, we're
I
making
went to the Motocross to Nations, Trey, and it was only 6 hours. So, like, I couldn't talk to anybody at home. I was going to bed when they were getting home from school.
Hey man, we lost. Like, what? Don't tell me that. Like,
No, it wasn't a day ahead over there. That was going the other way.
I don't
But
do
so
that
what?
kind of
So
math,
were you
dude.
able to connect back with your family, or were you awake when they were asleep and things like that?
Yeah, it's kind of tough, like some of the facilities you leave your phone, right? So
He has a Japanese family. now.
whenever I, oh god,
He is Japanese. I noticed. He did
This-
look
yeah, he
different.
blends in, right?
looks
a redheaded
very
Japanese
different
man. Sorry, go ahead, dude.
yes. So you'd be kind of on opposite schedules, But
Yeah.
I usually try to stay up late enough to where I could at least, see him on FaceTime or whatever, and then kind of first thing when I woke up,
Yeah.
call him, and it'd be the afternoon.
Did she give you the business too? Like, oh, well, the washing machine just went down. Have fun in Japan racing your electric bike, you jerk. Because that seems to be my experience.
That's when stuff falls apart.
Every time I go out of town, hey, the roof fell in and I had a heart attack. So I'm in ICU. Love you. See
Enjoy
you. When you're
yourself.
done with Mammoth, talking to Trey Canard when he wins, cool. Call me back.
Yeah, we're 6 weeks to our due date, so she's been
Dang, dude.
More
super
kids.
pregnant during this whole time. Yeah, so
That's wild.
Do you have
So
to do
just
any
chasing our little
special
guy around,
preparations? Like, are there any special preparations when there's a possibility of having a ginger? I've never asked these guys.
I mean, the redheaded,
Oh, like the groundwork you have to lay before you introduce
the
another
Royal
redhead
Redheads
to the
send
earth.
their representative to verify the redhead. They put whatever those gold seals when you can buy like one of those hats at
Yeah.
lids.
Yeah.
They put a seal
At
on your
lids.
kids.
Put a seal.
They come in with the official ginger sticker and they
And he
throw it on
writes-
your kid.
They put his handprints and feet prints in the registry.
They check their serial number and be like, what serial number's on that sticker?
And you got to hold up
What
a
is
newspaper
happening?
with a day and date.
Will you have a red-haired kid? Trey, I'm redheaded and we didn't have any.
None of
Our
my kids
first kid
are.
is like super blonde.
Okay,
so,
yeah, mine was too, like a towhead. Both my kids were super blonde.
Yeah.
Is
But
there
your kid looks a lot like the mailman too.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
he's way
dude.
better looking than me, dude. Good
Trey,
for him.
for real, when
God
I was a
bless him.
kid, my brother and sister, my sister's 12 years older than me. My brother's 17 years older. You don't have a boy and a girl
Hey-o.
and then wait 12 years and go, let's have another one. But
Something
my parents had another one 12 years later, and it was me. And nobody in my family has red hair.
Dude.
But our mailman really.
Come on.
Dead serious.
Come on.
man.
Dead serious.
Dude.
He had red hair. I look just like my mom, though, so.
Okay, thank God.
I
He
don't
had
know.
red hair and he used to come around at Christmas. He's the only mailman who worked on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He would always
he
come
was
to
working all
Christmas.
right. That and guess what? In March.
Yeah.
I mean, St. Patty's Day, he was
Yes.
doing some work on
Yeah, he
St.
had-
Patty's Day because
Right.
that's 9 months later,
Need to
boys.
celebrate. Yeah. So,
Oh gosh.
okay. Back to.
Now we just heard John's sad story.
That was terrible, man. So I don't really have a dad. I don't have any parents.
Have you ever thought about
man.
like the DNA stuff? Like nothing. Do you want to go down that road?
For me,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Do you want to? I don't
Look,
think you
man,
want to
I
open
didn't
that
want
can
to
of
really
worms.
talk about it. It's heavy.
You are not the son of the Watkins.
I get free stamps for some
You are
reason.
not the father.
Yes.
I'm like, why do y'all give me free postage? And they've always done it. I never knew why.
weird.
Yeah, I've never paid for postage in
He
my
gets a
life.
discount on stamps and like everything.
Trey's
He's
like,
just testing, he's gonna go ship an entire motorcycle and it's gonna be free. If
oh
you know
no,
that's-
I'm not
if that's the
paying for that.
case,
I'll put 6,000 stamps on this. There's no way.
Look who's here.
We had
My
it.
wife's here. My
We had a
mommy's here.
conversation last night because we live kind of like Kevin does. We live back in the woods. Actually, all of us do. And so, if you couldn't tell, but
We're hillbillies.
so we've been at this house for 12 years. Never had a hitchhiker, trick or treater.
Never had. Yeah, we've never had trick.
Nobody's ever came up, and my son was like, "What are we going to give them if they come up?"
If
And
someone
we were,
comes.
Steak and potatoes. I
we were
don't know.
standing in the garage, and like all those dirt bikes are there. I said, "I guess we'll give out dirt bikes for Halloween."
Whoa,
that's
this is
why.
the best house ever.
Yeah,
That's
you'd
why
have-
we've got the most of.
You'd have a line.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any trick or treaters there, Trey?
Yeah, we did, man. Yeah, I took my little guy trick or treating. It was kind of like his first time, So,
Yeah.
so it was fun.
Yeah.
He was a cowboy.
My kid was a
Heck
cookie.
yeah.
His first, he was a cookie, and he couldn't say it. So he said, "Tookie." Yeah, funny. Hey, these years you only get 14 of them with your kid.
For real.
Once they're 14, they're
done
so
with you.
busy, and
me-
they're such teenagers.
Like, so right now on the depth chart, dude, you are QB1. You are the guy. But whenever your
Yeah,
kid, like when 8th grade, like, dude,
It's
they got
starting to
buddies. There's
taper.
not really a girlfriend there yet. There's the sports kind of getting away. You're like number 3. By the time they are playing baseball, starting as a pitcher, got a girlfriend, got 19 friends. They're in FCA. They got all
always
these
at
other clubs.
something.
You're back to a pickup truck with bad tires.
You're the
and,
driver.
You're
Uber
just
driver.
you're an
You're-
Uber driver. So
You're a full privateer at
And
that point.
I will
Yes.
say this, and this has stuck with me for forever. When they were like 12, they go, you know what? You have 6 more birthdays, Christmases, summer vacations. I'm like, wow, like that never left me. I'm like, man, the
Yeah.
countdown is on. So
Yeah.
yeah, enjoy
Yeah,
it.
that's
dude.
crazy.
Enjoy
It's
it.
going fast, man.
And
I can't believe it.
Yeah, it really does, man. There's no doubt in that. So what?
Especially when you send them off for like 2 or 3 years to get rid of them for a while to like
Yeah.
just take a break, and then you bring them back to like 13. You got to get to know them again, so you waste a year there.
and they are different when they
They
come
are
back.
different.
Yeah.
You know, like being in the youth detention center for a year, that gives
That's
you,
good for 'em.
gives a break and then
Perspective.
You figure out what you want to do.
They know where their
Yeah,
meals are.
if you
coming
want to
from.
keep them or not. They come back with a little bit of attitude. I'm done with it. Like send them back.
But listen, you don't want a kid that's not going to take the fall for you and spend 12 months in juvie.
If they do that and don't say a word,
then we'll
right.
think about letting you stay.
they're keepers. All right, so back to the
That's-
bike. We haven't even talked to you about the actual dirt.
He was trying. He tried so
I know,
hard.
but we're so dumb. Like
I
we
did, man. I tried to get it back on the rails like
No,
3
do
times.
not-
and
do
I
not
Thank
do
you.
that.
I'm glad you
No,
care.
we-
Somebody's got to be responsible here.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, Ricky. Like this is why our show is successful. Like people, we know the ins and outs of your racing career, how you finish, all that good stuff. So the stuff that interests us is the peripheral, all the stuff on the side. You and your kids. What are you doing? John is cutting his.
I got to
quick.
fix a cuticle here.
Jesus, man. So I'm interested in all that stuff. And the racing stuff, obviously, is super cool to me, too. So the bike itself, like, do you see us going full electric? And I mean, obviously, we're going to do it at some point. But, like, how far off are we?
I think it's a ways. And I honestly, I mean, my hope is that it never goes full, you know? And I think that's kind of how Honda's approaching it. You know, they see this as like another category, not a
another market.
replacement. So, I mean, which I think is great, right? Like, because we, you know, obviously the two-stroke thing, everyone probably didn't go about it the right way. And I think that's why people are, you know, nervous about the electric bike because they see some type of replacement. But for me, if you can keep it as another category, to me, it's awesome, right? Because it's never going to replace the sound. It's never going to replace certain aspects of traditional gas engine, but it has parts about it that are so fun, man. It's so incredibly fun. And then also there's conveniences too, right? Like no oil change, no air filter,
chains,
motors, you know, that
tires. Like there's no tires on those things, right? They float, right?
Yeah, just float.
Oh,
I just
no.
floated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
I really thought you were serious for half a second. I'm like, this idiot thinks you don't have to change the tires either.
Yeah, they're Kevlar tires.
You know, if you think about it, after the R&D money and all that, I mean, they've got a lot to recover there.
Here it comes. There's some BS coming, I promise you.
But an electric bike should almost be cheaper to produce on down the line than a gas bike. You would think. There's way less moving parts.
There are less moving parts.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the thing about it is the motor technology is so old, right? Like it's been years and years and years, and so things have gotten cheaper. They've found better ways to do it. Where all this is kind of, you know, we're just kind of scratching the surface of how to do things. It's all everyone's exploring, you know. So I think when the batteries get better, get cheaper, I think that will help a lot. And I think that's probably the one thing that's probably going to, you know, limit these bikes for a while. But I think with all the push, you know, just in the world as far as electric motors are concerned, I think that technology is probably going to go pretty fast, is my guess. But
I mean, we saw what happened with computers. Like we went from a 486 to whatever, you know what I mean? Way back in the day.
We also went from a $6,000 computer to a $200
to my phone
in
my pocket. So yeah, the technology is there and the want, and it's how much money you want to throw at it. So,
and I know you're a Honda guy, but what do you think the odds are that if Suzuki ever makes an electric bike, that it'll
have a Kickstarter?
It's going to have a Kickstarter still.
I think they should just stay with it. I got no problem.
I mean, it's kind of becoming like it's almost like making it cool now, right? Like
they're leading the charge.
Well, if you put a Kickstarter, you could put a Kickstarter on it that was like a little generator charger. Yeah. So if it goes dead in the woods,
you could kick it until it charges.
Kick it 727 times. You got to have to get back to the truck.
That's not a bad idea.
You could put like a Model T, like
the wind up thing,
the old crank,
thing.
Or like you're starting a plane, a biplane, you spin that. Yes.
Get a dude in a top hat to come out and start your bike.
We're just going full circle to 1912.
It's hard to find dudes in top hats anymore.
Why not?
To spin your A model, T model,
with a funny
crank.
mustache. Like,
yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's very rare.
But they all ended up on a Monopoly board, you know,
with a monocle.
Yes, they're all
or they're firemen. We got those dudes in our fire department right now.
What are you talking about?
Firemen. I can't believe that they even let you be a fireman without a mustache.
I've never tried to grow one. Trey, can you grow one?
I can, yeah.
That's right. You do have one.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah.
That's right. Somebody just posted about it. So you posted something in your face, and somebody just was right at you about that thing, that stash.
Are you serious right now?
Are you serious, Clark?
It's pretty good. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know I could do it, but
dang, not many redheads can do that, dude. You're like a unicorn redhead.
Kevin's the only fireman in the Southeast without a mustache.
Correct. Yeah, most guys they'll get hired on, and they already have a 25-year-old pension in their mustache. They're already 20 years in.
Don't you have a beard too, though, Trey?
Yeah, I've got a beard.
I mean,
it's a little bit of a chin strap thing. It's kind of like a leprechaun thing. But
Obviously. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, this is the month to do it, though, right? You know,
Yeah, no shave
if your
November,
mustache
dog.
is just really bad, you can just be like, oh, it's for
it's for this,
for
whatever
prostate
that is.
awareness.
Is that what it
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is?
It's to put this on your prostate. That's what they do with it.
Well,
Yeah.
Stop
They
it,
rub
man.
it. Then
Well, I think
They
there's
take Barbasol and they coat it.
breast cancer,
Breast
prostate.
cancer.
It's prostate cancer.
Which
breast.
one's which? I don't remember.
Yeah, I
It
don't
depends
know.
on how you swing.
I'm sorry,
If
y'all
you're
are
on
just
the
gonna,
breast deal, you put your mustache there. If you're on the prostate, that's what you do.
they're just gonna die because I can't grow a beard.
I
You can't do
highly-
anything.
No,
That's
I mean,
good.
I
I'm glad you can. I can barely. I just do it.
I think
know.
I could. I just can't.
I went to Mammoth.
I
and I didn't
can't.
shave. And
I
looked
can't
stupid.
morally,
I look like
or-
I survived Chernobyl.
aesthetically. I can't grow a beard.
You could, dude.
No,
morally.
I
He
sh-
said morally.
I
he
said
can't.
morally. I can't. I shave 7 days a week.
I do too.
I can't stand. I can't take the stubble.
You just got to go.
Oh,
And
I can't take it
and,
either. No,
I mean,
for real.
You're
It
not
irritates me.
I'm not going to grow a big like burly beard,
Duck commander beard. No.
cover all this up. I mean,
That
All
face
this
needs to be seen.
goodness.
That's a strong jawline. He's got a
Have
Nick
you
Way
tried
strong.
any kind of like beard lather or like do you
Fertilizer?
condition it?
no, I got a
Yeah,
bougie
that's-
son. My Amazon has been filled with beard oil and everything else. at
motor
some
oil,
point, yeah.
whatever.
30-weight ball.
Yeah,
bar.
it's a game
Barbasol.
changer.
So so the beard oil is the way to go. Coming into no shave
It is,
November,
man.
so it makes it just like a wispy, little smooth, just soft, and it'll blow in the wind.
It makes the stubble less annoying. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you get that little stubble and it's just like constant itch. Just
I never
take some
make it past that
conditioner in the
stage.
shower. Yeah, you just gotta condition it.
So when I'm
throw a
making
little,
sweet, soft,
yeah.
passionate love, if I've got the beard oil, we're
So
good.
dumb.
It's not gonna.
Look,
Too
I've
many
got
adjectives. It
Well,
would have been totally normal if you were one less
when you-
adjective.
yeah,
You went
sweet,
too
soft.
far, man.
It's passionate, dude.
Yeah.
Well, use passionate, but not sweet, soft, and all.
Well,
these
that's what she's gonna want, the sweet and soft.
You just don't want to. You got. They got
Okay, so if I'm going in, I want
beard chafe on the head on their forehead.
Yeah, so we're going aggressive,
no,
destructive.
let's quit.
For.
Let's don't use any words.
dominating, painful love.
Let's
Like, you
don't
want
use
that.
any words
Wake up
about
again.
love.
So.
But I mean, so
So-
now we know.
We saw you rip a monster hole shot on that
Did you
electric
feel like
bike.
you were like, I'm cheating? I'm so cheating.
No, I don't.
What was this? Oh, it felt good, didn't it?
It felt awesome.
Heck yeah, dude.
What'd you have that thing set on?
mean-
Like turbo?
It's for sure fast, right? Like we had a start map, which is not uncommon, right? You can buy bikes with start maps in them.
Were you
this
just
one was
sitting on it?
just-
You're just sitting on the bike for real. You can tell us now. And there's a little Japanese guy on the side with a remote control, and he's
Doing
just doing
everything.
everything. And you're just
For
like,
sure.
Trey
Yeah.
Canard will get to hose shop.
Yeah,
I love
it
that
is
one. That's a good one.
like harder than you think though, because with the gas engine you can moderate your revs, you can
Yeah.
change your clutch
The shifting,
release,
all that stuff.
your shifting. There's a lot of different variables
There's
that
just one thing.
can go wrong for sure,
Yeah,
but they can also help
they
you.
can save you. Yeah.
Which on the e-bike you're basically depending on how you can release the throttle, which I had some really bad ones. Like even at the race, the grate was soft in practice, and there's like 20 cameras around. I'm like, oh gosh, and I
No
just
pressure.
totally spun the wheel, and so you can get it really wrong. You still have to execute.
So it's still like feel,
but
like you can. It's all about the feel and getting used to how the power is delivered and whatever.
do you
exactly, totally.
do you like make motorcycle noises in your helmet while you're rop, rop, rop,
that
just
was-
for yourself?
In development, that was one of my favorite things to do.
Heck yes.
And then there was a lot of gigawatts, kilowatt talk. I just
for
couldn't
sure.
stop thinking about Doc Brown.
Yes.
I think it'd be,
1.21 gigawatt.
it'd be awesome just to be sitting on the line and blipping the throttle like you were, and just in your like you doing it yourself, going burp, burp, and act like nothing's happening. Like when everybody's looking at you, you just keep going like
Just
nothing's
keep
going
staring
on. Just-
straight ahead.
So
yeah.
what about keeping the motor cool? Like at Loretta's this year, they came out with whatever that was. Like they
Dry
sprayed all this
ice?
stuff. No, they sprayed all this stuff. I'm sitting there announcing Loretta's. They moved like I've never seen this before. They pulled the starting line all the way up to us. because it was so muddy for
So
the 50
muddy.
for the electric 50 class. So the dads all walked with their bikes in their hands, sat them down. It was a on your mark, get set, go, no starting line, and they were like this fog of stuff came up. I'm not familiar with all the 50 dads going, "Ooh, it's this, you idiot!" But it's like some computer spray, something that keeps the
wasn't-
motor clean.
Oh,
Cool. Excuse
it's
me.
the stuff you spray your keyboard with. It comes out really cold. Like I'm
Is
talking
that-
freezing
Trey,
cold.
is that a thing?
I don't know, man. I know the computer board stuff, right? We had it when you were a kid. You could
Yeah, and you
turn the thing
blast your
upside down,
neighbor there,
Yeah.
and it roasts their skin because it's so cold.
Well, that must have been what it was. But
huff
like,
it
anyway,
during-
as they're starting this race in the rain, the starting line's way forward. I see this smoke coming up. It's these dads keeping the engine cool or whatever before the
Yeah,
race.
cool,
Anyway, I was
for
just curious if that was a thing that you guys
It's
had.
probably one dad played a joke on everybody
No,
else.
eh,
said,
no,
"Oh,
no, I
You
talked
got
to-
to spray you got to spray your kid's motor with this stuff. It's going to run
Yeah,
faster."
it's
And then
WD-40.
every
That
mini
is
kid,
100%.
they
what
went out to
happened.
they went to Office Depot. We want all
No,
the
that
liquid
is-
air you got.
I know. It's we'd make jokes about this, but like I asked a guy this weekend. He goes, no. He explained to me what it was. I just can't remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
long story short, I was just
Yeah.
curious if that was a
No,
thing.
we didn't use anything like that. Obviously, there's different things around the bike too that are still tricky to learn as far as the sanctioning body, just different stuff. As far as I had to wear like the kind of the jet ski strap thing on my wrist for like an emergency
Oh, yeah,
kill if I
kill
fell over.
switch,
or
yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
you had to kill switch?
Yeah,
Oh wow! So with the
Yeah,
bike
so-
circle
It
around
goes
you,
in circles when it falls.
Yeah.
yeah.
It just stands
So-
up. It's got a gyro in it, and it just stands up
Like a
and
jet
circles
ski?
you. Yeah. You just run out and catch it and take off again. That's awesome.
Come on, man. That's
That'd be nice for a mid-moto fight. The bikes just start circling you. It sort of
oh
adds
shit!
drama.
Here we go. They're fighting in the middle of these two bikes and they're circling the two guys.
Sling your gloves off like hockey players and just go out there.
Steve Carnegie's out there. Here we go, boys.
I don't take off any gear if there's about to be a fight.
Why? Yeah, I don't understand why
These
people
dudes
do that.
ripping their helmets off. Like, who are you? Why would you take your helmet off if you're going to fight somebody?
Get some. All right, I will.
I had dudes wait on the finish line with me with no helmet. I'm like, you're an idiot because I still have mine on. It ain't coming off.
it looks pretty ridiculous when you punch a dude in the helmet, though. I mean, you're only hurting yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Jason Wygant talks about this. The first trip he ever brought his buddy down. This is probably one of the first times we ever hung out. Second time probably before he got on with Racer X. He's down with a buddy. There was a full blown fist fight. I think it's Villeman and Roncada or somebody at Atlanta. They were like, it was multiple fights. It was Tyler, One Punch, and another guy.
Evans.
Anyway, and his buddy goes, dude, is it like this every weekend? This is awesome. Like he thought it was scripted like WWF. The dude thought, this is amazing. I never knew they did this. So it's not quite like that. You don't want to do that.
It would make it more
Oh,
interesting, though.
No, it's already interesting enough.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We don't need fights.
Fight. The
Don't
guy,
add-
then you, Kevin, all your announcers, fight,
Yeah,
fight,
that's all me.
fight.
Wes
Kevin
Kane.
gets it going.
Dude, he said something about your mom in the pits, dog. Like we could totally
Wes
do that.
Kane shoving people in the back and making. No, man, he pushed you.
No, he pushed you.
I
Dog.
didn't
You got
do
to
it.
fight that guy. Me and Wes did commentate on a fight at Oak Hill, down the first turn, like right in front of us. And the West goes in a left and a right, like he's calling it. It was so funny. And then we had to go out. He actually had to go out and break it up. Like it was.
He'd be good for that.
Another one. I said, Wes, get out there. It's Jason Anderson and the kid from England, but they had to go out there and separate them. I said, Wes, get out there and you fix that. He goes, hey, and he walks out there. You see his big arms. He's separating all these guys.
You know, with helmets on, you could fight for a long time.
Yeah, you could
You know
just
what I mean?
keep
Like,
fighting.
if you
until you're
were-
tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a war of attrition at that point. When
What kind of gloves you got? You got the Paul Tectors with some plastic on
Yeah,
the
you
end?
need
Yeah.
Paul
Yeah, man,
Tector.
you're good.
1996
pull,
Paul
too.
Yeah,
Tectors.
dog, for sure.
Raised plastic.
Yeah, raised plastic on there.
Trey, did you have to alter your? I'm sure that bike jumps differently and flies differently than a gas engine, right? Do you have to alter your style, the way you leave a jump face, anything like that?
Not really. The weirdest thing is once you're in the air, if you touch the throttle, it's pretty sensitive. So I remember going back and forth doing some testing, 450 and then the e-bike, and there's a part on the track where I could really scrub pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I'd been riding the e-bike all day and I was scrubbing and no problem. And I could jump back on the 450 and scrub and went to hit the throttle and like nothing happened,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The e-bike it snapped right back. So I don't know why that is as far as the gyro effect. What's different about it? There's still moving parts in there, but for whatever reason, it's really intense on the e-bike. But I don't think it's a problem. It's something you get used
Just
to.
something it just becomes your technique.
Yeah. Yep.
And then cornering though, is it easier to corner that motorcycle than a gas bike? Did you feel like, oh man, if I practiced on this, I could really turn, or was it just it's just a motorcycle?
Yeah, I think in the beginning it's for sure like, oh, it's a motorcycle. I think at the race I definitely struggled a little bit, especially in the qualifying race on Saturday. It was really muddy and the ruts were super deep. So not having a clutch was a little bit of a challenge there. The ruts didn't really make a lot of sense. There wasn't like a good flowing rut. So the start and stop was a little bit difficult because on the gas bike, you can kind of pull the clutch in, build RPM response, and then, get out of that little hook where the e-bike wasn't, you're counting on your wrist to do everything. So, so that was definitely a challenge, but I think it's something that you adapt to. And then if I spent more time racing it, that would be my instinct rather than, trying to do what I've always done as far as, the first lap. There's excitement and you can kind of monitor that with the clutch.
Yeah.
Where I jumped over like 6 ruts the first lap.
Right.
Because I'm used to, just leaving the thing wide open or whatever and controlling your excitement with your clutch. So
yeah, right. Now it's your wrist.
Another
only.
thing that was tough was in the race. The first thing I noticed was I couldn't hear my bike. That was pretty strange. You have other 450s around you, so you can't hear it, and then there's really not any vibration. So kind of understanding what's happening was a little bit tough, just because you can't really. There's not a lot of input from the bike whenever bikes are around.
I couldn't
you.
imagine looking at a track you maybe haven't ridden. I don't know if you've ridden this track, and going, all right, I'm gonna, because typically you're like, well, that jump is maybe that's third gear full throttle. You can look at it and kind of know. And on this, if you remove everything, it's just you and maybe some wind noise and maybe the engine of the electric engine has a little bit of sound, but you're not that familiar with it. So you're really judging just on how fast you're moving, and you got to visualize how far that'll carry you. There's so many things that you kind of lose for your feel, the input from the motorcycle.
Yeah, for sure, especially around other bikes, which I think, if I were to be racing other e-bikes, it wouldn't be a thing. You'd hear your bike, you'd hear their bike, but the other bikes are just so much louder than the e-bike. So, and it's something you adapt to. It's for sure the first time I rode the thing and jumped it, I was, trying to figure that out. But the more that I rode it, I'd probably been on the bike probably 10, 12 times. So, so by the time the race came around, I kind of knew, how to judge things, what the bike was going to do.
Yeah.
I looked at the pictures and we were talking about technique. I mean, you looked good, form looked good, everything. I mean, it was
Canard.
really cool looking, but I didn't notice. Did you have a foot rear brake or the hand rear brake?
Like a mountain bike.
I did the foot. Yeah. I tried the handbrake, and kind of what I told them was like, I think that has some major advantages. Like, one of the things that I really like about the e-bike is not shifting, and then your foot just stays where it needs to be the whole time. So I like that about the foot brake, but I kind of told them, I'm glad I did. I think my instinct in a race would be to use a foot brake. You don't really have that time to kind of
changes,
building that muscle memory. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been riding motorcycles for 30 years, basically.
3 years now.
Yeah.
3.5.
Wow.
How long did you say, Trey?
Sorry.
It's okay.
30. I started when I was 3, so
30 years. Yeah.
Kevin thought you said
30
3.
years.
Oh yeah, I just hadn't paid attention.
He got really good in 3 years.
It's a no judgment zone, Kevin. You can screw anything up.
He's the John Dowd of he just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He came out of not racing to retirement.
He started
to
at 30 and 33.
Just picked up a new Barbasol sponsorship.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
I totally derailed this. No, that's a great question. I can't imagine.
No, I was looking at a Stark the other day, and a guy was riding it, and it had a handbrake, and I thought, I don't.
So weird.
I feel like I would kill myself in the corner.
You'd be
No,
stomping
no,
the foot peg trying to
Right.
I don't think that'd be my problem. I think my problem would be going to a corner and something happened and you
too much
slow
brake.
up and grab the clutch, except for it's not a clutch. It's
Yeah.
your rear brake. You know, like you got to reach for that and you're like, oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of what I told them is I think if I had time to adapt to it and work with it, and then also make the brake better. You know, there's certain aspects of using a foot brake that are it's super linear, right? Like you can barely drag it.
Yeah.
Or you can stomp on it really hard and it's not going to super lock up on you. Where if you think about your front brake, it's a little more sensitive. So the rear brake, there definitely need to be some development there. But I think if you got used to it, it would be pretty sweet. But there's just a lot of time using a foot brake, the technique you use, even coming into turns that you throw a handbrake on there, it would take some time, I think.
Well, even
So like the
correcting air.
high levers like kind of go like I'd want to get on the brakes. I want to pull myself forward, so I don't want my levers up high. I want them lower, and I think that throws out the age old all first turns need to be left handers so we can get to our right brakes, our foot brakes. So that kind of goes away too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah, I
weird
think-
time. It's just odd. It's different.
Innovation, man. There's progress, I guess. We'll see if it's progress. It's definitely change. And we
Yeah,
don't like
it's-
change.
By God.
I'm just kidding.
No.
It's been super interesting to see the reactions, like some of the negative comments about this whole thing have been super interesting. So
Trey Canard's riding that
it's-
commie electric bike.
I bet that liberal loves that. Like, I'm sure you have to sit on your hands and go, "You're so dumb." Like,
9-year-olds need jobs too. There's mining lithium.
my favorite thing to do is just to look at the accounts of people that are saying things and just imagine them.
Just
Yeah.
to say,
What is
look
it?
at this
Like-
clown.
yeah. What is their day to day like?
Yeah.
That dude's at
Yeah,
Walmart
yeah.
flipping out.
He's
flipping-
at Walmart. Yeah, he's mad about his sub
Yeah.
sandwich he ordered for his party. And
Yeah, it's just those guys. You're not going to please them anywhere. Like we were down at the Triumph grand opening. We had Ricky, Bobby Hewitt, and all those guys. And it's funny, the same but different dumb guys are going, "Oh, that thing's a joke. Why'd they release this?" And like everybody's just pissed about everything.
Everything.
They're so angry about just like, dude, they don't have like just ride your dirt bike, and if you want to buy it,
we just
cool.
want to laugh over here. Like I
Yes.
can't imagine being that guy that's angry.
Hey, Trey, if you're 17, coming out of Loretta's, and you see Beta, Ducati, Triumph, along with Gas, Husqvarna, KTM, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, there's a lot of opportunity for a kid coming
Honda.
out to race dirt bike. Yeah, Honda.
left
Sorry,
Honda.
I left,
You left
oh,
Honda
I
out.
left Honda out. My apologies, but like
It was
dude,
implied.
It's a good time to be wanting to race a dirt bike. The money's good. WSX has been good. Like, shoot,
There's more
dude.
jobs. I mean,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I look at this e-bike. It's like this is going to create more opportunity for not just for people to have jobs in the sport, but for people to ride. So
Certainly increased chances for people to
Well,
ride.
yeah, we were actually looking at a piece of property today to put a track on. Well, if it was e-bikes, there'd
There's
be a whole lot
no
more.
You wouldn't even
Yeah,
talk
that'd be
about
a
it. You just do it.
whole lot different conversation because
Sure.
now you don't have to worry about any noise. You get something to keep the dust down, you're golden.
It's done.
yeah, yep. So, and I think the thing that I've gone back to time and time again when talking about this is the first time I hopped on the bike, I had a big smile on my face, and
It's fun. It's a dirt bike.
that's what riding is about. And if we can create more ways to do that, then to me it's a win. And I know there's a lot of political talk about electric and all that, and I just try to stay out of that. For me it's about performance and an exciting new category to add to our sport. So
Plus, just think how much easier it'll be to break into a golf course
Dude,
and ride
nobody can
across
And
that
get your
golf course.
motos in.
ripping
Yeah.
18 holes of
And just-
moto.
be undetected.
Well, you
Yeah.
might
Shredded.
become part of the country club, and you'll tip the cart boy, and you'll be
Sure.
like, "Hey, can you bring my bike around? I'm on ride 18."
Yeah, I want to change the start map
He's
to
like-
this based on the length I've got to go.
Yeah, you got so you'll
You
be
gotta
like,
start- you gotta
"Oh, that's a
caddy."
par 4."
You got a map.
You better
caddy.
adjust that
No,
map.
you got a map caddy.
He comes with you.
Sure.
Yes.
Hey, I will say this.
They're like, just don't miss your tea time.
Yes,
Yes.
dude.
Oh,
you
we're
talk
screwed.
about creating anger.
Like Wygant, Jason Wygant, who is the most inept man I've ever met. Like nailing something to a wall, putting oil into anything, locating a tool, naming a tool. The man has no skills. This guy bought his kid an electric motorcycle. He goes, dude, it's the best thing I've ever done. It's expandable, like it starts small. You can the
Adjust the
ergonomics
power.
grow.
Oh, the ergonomics grow
Yeah, you can
too?
literally, it goes all 3 sizes of an e-bike.
Of a mini
It's a
bike.
mini, a junior, and a senior all in one. The power curve changes. So, A, that was awesome. There's no,
Saving money, right?
there's, yeah, oh, A.
He's
for
worried
sure.
about that.
And B, the maintenance of it, there is none. Like, he's a huge fan.
And
so
noise, so he can ride right
yes,
here.
Yes, for guys like Weege, who's basically a woman. Like like he's woke. He doesn't know what his name is. He's buying what.
Yeah,
binary
nobody
term.
knows what to call him. You're all confused.
He, she, it loves these e-bikes. He'll tell you that. He's talked about it. I'm not bringing
it'd
this
be
up.
cool.
Yeah,
I
he's-
mean,
he
just think
loves
about-
being
You see
non-binary.
like their electric trials bikes and stuff now too. Like you could ride that in their backyard in a subdivision, and
It's a weird time. Like you can go ripping on those things. Like, can I ride these here, there? Where can I ride these things? It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, and I understand people's hesitancy as far as, where they should race, how they should race, where they should ride, how they should ride, and all that. But I know that the answer is to, like, if you're thinking, do we do this or not do this? The answer is definitely we need to do this because, the whole world is developing electric engines, and I think if we were just to not take part in that, then I think at some point it would come back
you
bite
get
us.
You're
left
missing
behind
out,
for
yeah.
sure. And
Yeah.
everybody that bitches about one, and like every
They just
person-
not rode one. When they
Yeah.
ride one, they'll be like, "Oh,
Or
God,
you could
this
take
is pretty awesome."
Yeah, you could
I
take
hate it.
the guy that bitches the most about one, put him on one at his next race, and he rips a big hole shot. He'd be like,
These things are pretty cool,
Yeah,
man. I was a big fan
Oh, this
early
thing
on.
sucks.
Yeah, you've seen it happen in the mountain bike community, like riding, and they're like, "Ugh," and
You
then
don't
they
need
get
an
on.
e-bike.
I've had buddies that are like, I'm talking about like Jared, our buddies that are the chorus to the core. They're like, yeah, this is pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, you got to ride an e-bike, dude. It's
It's pretty awesome. You just go further and you get to places you've never
You get
been.
to ride more.
That's the way
man.
what I've been made to understand in terms of mountain bikes. They're like, dude, I'm going 28 miles. I'm seeing things I've never seen because I never could get there with my stamina.
you're exhausted.
and
You
they're
gotta
still
get back.
tired. Like still a workout.
You just go faster. It's the same workout.
Well,
you just
and
got to
just
go fast.
think of the places on a electric motorcycle you could go ride.
Oh, there's tons.
And
So you're like,
never-
man, that'd be awesome to hit that. Well, you might roll through there and just hit that.
and it's
Yeah.
quiet. And
Yeah.
you're gone.
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
saying doing it.
An
but
electric
might do
dual
it.
sport, you can just
That'd be
roll up on
sweet.
some
Oh my goodness.
trails that you're forbidden. And
We saw
Get out through
a
there.
cowboy on a horse near the Atlanta airport
So
the other
that's
day.
the opposite of an e-bike, but he was on a horse right near the airport on his cell phone. So it was like this
Yeah, it's
crazy
a big
mixture
mix of kind of what we're talking about.
Right.
The Wild West at the
I
same
was like,
time
man,
of
you
technology.
can't do that. I'm like, hell yes, he can do that.
He
Good
can
for
ride
him.
his right
There's
by
a
the
black man on a horse on a cell phone at the Hartsfield Jackson Airport. I'm like, dude, do
Pretty
your deal,
standard,
dog.
you know. He
Do your
tied
deal.
up out front on the little
Yeah.
thingy.
well, you be you, boo.
That's right.
Yeah, you be you. But, you
Don't
know, that
text and drive.
Horse.
Don't text and
Don't
horse.
Text and horse.
yeah, man. He was texting and horse, and I
Dude,
knew he was
He
going to
was
get a
at the
ticket.
red light, dude.
I think the funny thing about that would be like if you're going somewhere at the airport, you parked and you're walking through the parking deck, you're like, how did a big pile of horse shit get in this?
You're
get in the parking deck at the airport.
you
Yeah.
roll your OGO through that shit. You're like, come on,
Man,
man.
I got manure all over
I
my
gotta check
back.
this, bro.
Horse parking's over
Yeah,
there.
you.
Come on, dude.
Why
Yeah,
didn't you
you're-
go to horse park?
You're standing in security and somebody, they're like, man,
smell
somebody
that?
stepped in horse shit.
That's terrible, dude.
That's a legit problem you could have at Hartsfield Jackson.
Yeah.
But the point was, though, is there's a million places to ride right near the airport, but you can't do it because of the noise from your
450 is
motorcycle.
gonna be like, what?
Everybody's gonna be like, "Who is this guy?" And
But
why
if you just go walk through the woods, which is the same as riding a e-bike through the woods,
yeah, you could roll in there, check it out, and get out. It'd be
Yeah.
fun.
just trespass.
You go in there now on a 450, and they'll have SWAT helicopters.
Dude,
and
you're
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah, you're going down. We're not going down.
Trey, are you going to do Mammoth on one of those e-bikes? Like, I got the privilege of watching Trey. It wasn't this year; it was last year, right?
Yeah, last year.
Last
yeah,
year,
22.
Trey comes in, and I'm like, and it's what's his name? My apologies to this guy that freaking rips for SLR Honda. God darn it!
Right back.
Oh, Martinez.
Yes, Cole
Oh, Cole
Martinez.
Martinez.
God darn that dude. That dude needs to do nationals. I know he does all this desert stuff, but Cole Martinez comes out, and I'm like, all right, I've seen Cole ride, and I've seen Trey ride, and Trey had to go into the Trey from about 8 years ago and dig deep because Cole Martinez can go for about 90 minutes at a time.
Just wide open.
And Trey's like,
right?
God darn it, dude. I knew this guy was going to be here. Dude, for me, it was a treat to be a fan to watch Trey go into that gear, that race gear. Like, you went into full-blown race mode.
Yeah, the start of the week, I was like, this will be
This is
fun,
fun. Vet
race
guy,
with
vet
kids.
weekend.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. No pressure.
And then the first moto,
Son of a...
Martina just wore me down. I'm like, dude, I did
I'm-
not want to work this hard.
No, when I say one bike length, period. You could
That's
not
it?
drop the guy. You could not drop him. He's going to be there, and Trey had to go and dig in and like, dude.
Heck yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that first day, I was on Struggle Street for sure. I kind of figured it out at the end of the week, but man, I was like, I had to get into a different gear. Like I
Yeah.
had to go into that race.
I
gear,
knew you had that. There's probably like you, Dungeon. There's dudes that have that gear that can go to that
Yeah.
place. And I'll tell you this, MC went there this year. MC did it. He goes, dude, I had nothing. I can't remember who the guy was. I'm
He
bummed out.
paced. He
goes,
held back.
he goes, I slowed down. I would let him catch me so I could take a break, and I gave it another lap, and I beat the guy. And it was freaking remarkable.
but he had to
He had to let him.
slow.
He goes, I had nothing. I had to take a break, kind of let my arms breathe for a minute, let the guy catch me, and then just go to work for the last 2 laps, which was freaking
Mature
genius.
racecraft
It was
right
so
there.
cool to hear him say that. And I'm sure like that kind of stuff's going through your head too.
Yeah, for sure. I was just thinking that, not in like an arrogant way, but I've had a lot of good experience as a racer, so I didn't think it'd be that close to me, honestly. But man, I was like, and I kept thinking, oh, he's gonna get tired. He's gonna get tired. And then like I
No.
started getting tired, and I'm like, he's just
He's
coming
not
stronger.
getting tired.
Damn it, Cole.
What do I do? He's got to be riding over his head.
Yeah.
And but man, it was like so impressive to see him, and then like he went and he won the Redders too, which was
Yes.
kind of cool.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the guy is legit. And then, so that brings me to my next little topic. Like watching Mike Brown over these last few years do his thing. And then we're at Loretta's and I'm up there in the booth because Kevin Wyndham just is so annoying. He just hangs out there with us. It's like, dude, go
Terrible.
do something, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm totally
Go
kidding.
find some friends.
Yeah, man, go get on a tractor or something. But anyway, I'm like, dude, are you gonna go race this guy? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
And Dottie's in there and he's like, he looks over her and she's like, Kevin, like we're having this. I'm like, and I'm on the mic. I'm like, Kevin, do it, dude. And he's like, Dottie, like he's on the mic with her, like, can I please race Loretta's? Like he's begging his wife. And he goes, dude, I want to race that guy. I want to race him straight up. Like he wants that. He wants that smoke. And I think if there's anybody that has that gear like you that can go take on this damn enigma of
Plus
Mike Brown.
50.
God darn. I mean, it'll be a 45 because
I know,
not
but he's
50,
he's
like,
over 50.
He's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
That
and he can
guy's
ride
ridiculous.
25 and
hell yes,
do well.
he can. He
I
does
mean,
well.
Incredible.
He rode the Top Gun Showdown and was top 5 in the pro class a week ago
Yeah.
at the Vurb deal. Like
Incredible.
the guy's serious. So it's going to take somebody like that, some pedigree like that, or Trey. But like that's not cool because Trey's giving him 15 years.
The hard thing is he's continuing to race.
And that's a thing.
When was the last time K-Dub raced? Like it's and he
The
could,
Nations?
Motocross to
he could
Nations
adapt, but it was
2018.
He did say this though. He did say, he goes, dude, he trains guys. He goes, I'm riding a lot. He goes, I'm as fit as I've ever been. He goes, I'm running marathons and 5Ks and all this stuff. So K-Dub's fit. He goes, I've got the blessing and I've got an HRC bike. So he's feeling pretty good about that. He goes, Lars sent me a bike. I'm not saying it's HRC, but it's a good bike.
Well, it's yeah.
He's
got
got
a
the
motorcycle.
backing. And he goes, I'm just like, we like continuously during that week. We're all up there for hours a day. I'm like, Dottie, come on, man.
let
Please,
him.
will you please let Kevin race?
I need somebody knock
Dude,
knock
how-
Brownie down.
Brownie, when
how
he,
bonkers would everyone go if K-Dub raced Loretta's?
Yes. Just
There'd
like
be a
RC
couple that
and,
were angry keyboard warrior guys.
well, they're mad at damn
Oh.
everybody, so whatever.
but it would be
It's
awesome.
a blessing to watch these guys.
It's
so
amazing to
cool,
see
man.
them. They love motorcycles as a kid. Why not give them a place?
I was
right?
excited to race Brownie at the qualifier at Gatorback because he lapped me and saved
Yeah, he
me.
made the moto super short for you.
Yeah,
right?
he made my moto so much shorter.
Yes, absolutely.
I was like coming around, I was like, damn.
Hey,
I hope
Emmy
he's coming up
had some
quick.
great points too. He goes, look, man. He goes, I drove from California to Texas from my area. drove back home, drove back to Texas from California for my regional, drove back home. I drove all the way to Tennessee. I spent money. I spent all this time. Like, dude, I'm in it just like you guys
Yeah.
are. I'm sorry I was better than you were when we were 20.
That
28,
always
whatever,
happens.
man. Like,
Somebody's
get over
always
that.
better than
It is so cool. Like, I can't go and watch Ken Griffey play plus 50 baseball. I would love it.
Be cool.
Love to see
And you
that.
could bet he could probably still
would-
do pretty well,
Hell
right?
yes, you could. Like, we're the only sport that's so unique to that. Like, embrace it. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cool, man. I think it's all. I mean, I remember part of my highlight when I was a kid was watching Imig come back. I mean, Imig was always
Yeah.
like a
He was in the pro sport.
one of
plus
those guys
25.
that, yeah, it was awesome, dude.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
get
it
to
was
see
super
him.
cool.
Hey, did
Yeah,
you grow up?
I mean, we
oh,
didn't
sorry.
really have we didn't have like a lot of nationals around us, you know. Like
Yeah.
we had Dallas, but I didn't really go there but once or twice. So for me to like see heroes of mine was like that was
Heck
cool,
yeah.
man.
It's killer.
And that is cool that motocross can do that. You know what I mean? You can see those
Yeah.
guys ride.
Did you grow up racing Mammoth, Trey? Was that something close enough that you raced there a bunch?
I did it, I think, 3 times, and it was kind of like we threw our stuff in the back of a truck and
Yeah.
drove out there, you know. But I love that race, man. It's so fun.
Oh,
Does that elevation get
I
you
can't
at all?
recommend that enough. Like, my guys on the East Coast, I tell everybody, I'm like, dude, win, lose, or draw, go see it, go do it. Like, you've never seen the way they do it, the event itself. John, you've done it.
Yeah.
Nick's been out there to mountain bike and surf all in the same day. Like, it is so
Right.
epic. It is. He literally went surfing and mountain bike or
Snow
snowboard.
skiing. I went snow skiing and surfing the same day.
in
We
the same day.
skied.
That was his goal.
We skied at Mammoth that morning from like in the summertime. The lifts open at like
Yeah.
7. So we skied from like 7 till 10.
Drive 5 hours to.
Drove 5 hours down
California.
to Malibu, grabbed the surfboards, went to the beach and surfed that night.
So
Oh,
mean-
it's so cool.
it's just such a unique format. It's short. It's on the mountain. It's beautiful. It's like nothing else in terms of motocross that I've ever experienced, and I
Yeah.
love announcing.
We're
Yeah,
trying, I want to
mean,
go next year.
it's a serious enough race that you know it's like it's still a big race,
Yeah.
but the environment is just so relaxed. Like I don't know if you have that same experience, but it just seems like everyone is just mellow. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like, and you're in the Sierras or whatever it is,
Yeah, that's it.
and it's just, man, it's just like beautiful. You know, you're
Yeah.
done at like 4 o'clock, and you get to just go
Go.
be in the
That
mountains. for a
part's
minute.
really nice.
Yes.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
done
Yeah,
early.
the-
There's cool restaurants in town. and-
Doesn't hurt that everything's gorgeous around
Oh.
there.
yeah.
Well, and it was explained to me like they're 5 hours from anywhere. So the people that are there want to be there. They love being there.
Yeah.
So that vibe is exuded from everyone. Like they're so happy to have you. They love the motorcycle community, the mountain bike community, the ski community. So yeah, the place is epic.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
say enough good.
Have you been to Bodie?
I have not. No. I've been down. Gosh, when we leave out, we go down. Dang it, it's 40 miles from there.
I don't know.
Bishop or whatever?
Bishop, yes.
Yeah. So Bodie's like a ghost town. It's pretty sweet.
Oh wow.
It's
It's,
abandoned type.
Closer to Yosemite.
Oh
But
right.
it's
So it's the other direction.
it's from the Gold Rush. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's from the Gold Rush. But it's crazy. Like
I
people
might have
just
went through
pack
there.
their stuff up and build.
Yeah, I tried to explain to people. I'm like, hey man, so where is this at? I'm like, it's 40 minutes from the entrance to Yosemite. Like it is next level. I'll put Yosemite above and beyond the Grand Canyon all day, every day.
Yeah, it's
It is
Oh, for sure, man.
breathtaking.
It's so cool. Yeah,
So
yeah, insane. Even just doing the Tioga Pass or whatever, which
Yes.
is right there,
Yeah, that's
is
right.
like you drive like 20 minutes. It's like
oh,
unreal.
June Lake, it's gorgeous.
And you could spend a month in Yosemite.
Oh,
Like if you just went out there, you know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
that was, you could like literally
sure.
seeing
For
that
sure.
place would take. It's
yeah.
awesome.
Well, Trey, thanks for jumping on, man. We're gonna let you go. I know you have some other people you have to fly over and do some electric bike stuff and all this other stuff. Like you're an electric guy now.
Electric bikes, electric razors.
Test
Everything.
razors next.
Yeah, he's just testing everything. So,
There's a new Honda electric
all I-
razor coming out.
oh wow.
All I could think of was that scene in Talladega Nights where John C. Riley pulls out that taser. You know what I'm talking about? They're in the bar.
Oh,
He's like,
100%.
you broke my bro's arm. Now you're about
Yeah.
to get tased.
Honda's got a new
Meet Dr.
taser.
Watson.
So you're going to test some
Meet Dr.
tasers.
Watson.
That's sweet.
Cool, man. Like Honda's on the forefront of everything, dude. So good for you in the police community. Like embrace Trey Canard, and as he tases you, just understand.
Yeah,
he's
just
a
understand it's
former
In
tasing.
the
Supercross champion.
face.
In the face. Say it. Say it. It's like a donut. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a really thin pancake.
Pancake. Yes.
Oh,
Crepes.
is that
You
what
mean
that is? I ate a whole
crepes.
mess of those this morning.
I can't do it, man. All right.
I like to eat my way out from the inside.
Well, we did ask Ricky about his favorite, like, old goofy movies and stuff.
Yeah, man.
We always throw down Napoleon Dynamite or Weird Science.
Talladega
and
Nights,
old
Weird
one,
Science,
Talladega
Old
Nights.
School, all that stuff.
Old school,
Have
40-year-old
you
virgin.
seen Winners Take All?
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude, RC is not.
Rick, melon.
Melon.
I got some tires that stick to
Stick
the
to the
track
track
like
like
glue.
Get a set of knobbies. I was saving for the track.
RC hadn't watched it.
Never
He doesn't
seen
even know. Like,
like,
that's
dude.
a classic.
We demoted him. We
Dude.
took his Hall of Fame jacket and everything.
Yeah, it was out.
I'll take this gold jacket till you watch this movie.
I'll tell you
Dude.
one thing though.
Wh-
He did understand that if the movie's dumb enough, he goes, okay, so if I watch this movie that you're telling me to watch,
Rad, Winners Take All.
am I
Yeah.
like, is this one of those where I have to have a flat tire on the truck and I drank a bunch of red wine and I'm kind of trapped and then I'll love this movie because it was my only option? Like he understood that sometimes the movie is so dumb.
It's so bad.
The
but it's
only
so
way you
good.
can love it is if
Yes.
it's your only option.
No, Winners Take All is
no.
Winners Take
man,
All is
Winners-
not that.
Winners Take All is awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Brock Glover's in it. He's
Yes.
Carl.
Hey, babe. Dude, that Corvette and that hair, everything's dialed.
You're
man.
slipping like a young girl in her first pair of heels. It's easy to see we're in bad financial shape. You lose this race, you might as well think about retirement. I can still kick ass. Like, come on, man.
All these lines.
Crappy lines. They were
So
It's,
cheesy.
it
So
is
good.
terrible. 100%. It's
Was it
terrible.
Team Hurricane?
Yeah,
Yeah, Hurricane
and,
Bad
Jim-
Billy
and-
Robinson.
I get
dude.
the.
and Jim
The,
Holly
I
test rode
get
Jim Holly
confused.
was in it.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah, he rode
Yes.
the, and we had him on way back on DMXS radio. He goes, dude, I was riding that damn Team Hurricane and the plastic caught up in the forks and I about flipped over the bars and about killed Jim Holly. We'd have
That's
never
great,
had Jim
dude.
Holly.
He's a legend too, right?
Bear.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
All
so
the
dumb.
fights.
Yeah,
and
Ricky
everything.
hadn't seen that. So you remind him of that. Like, dude, you're 10 years younger than him plus, and the dude ain't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just part of our culture,
It's a
man.
classic.
You gotta,
man.
you gotta do it.
Yeah, so like I'm
gotta do
a
it.
firefighter, so I've seen backdraft. Obviously, it's the
Yeah.
dumbest thing ever. Like that is so unreal, so dumb. I go, you go, bullshit. You go, I go out that window.
Yeah, I'm
player.
going out the outside, dude.
I got this red hair. I got to save myself, man. There's
Yeah.
only a few of us around.
Yeah, because they won't let sperm donors be gingers down there at the sperm bank.
Y'all should just.
all right,
Y'all should all Trey. You should have like 27 kids, and you guys
yes,
should have more
and start
kids.
your own sperm bank.
Yeah, y'all
for
need to-
redheads.
Oh, yeah. That could be your
Yeah.
next business opportunity.
Y'all need to breed.
It's kind of popular to be a ginger right
Yeah,
now. Like,
so y'all
people are
need to-
dyeing their hair red.
Of course it is.
Y'all
if we
just need
join
to
all our
breed
sperm
ginger
together?
into prominence.
Let's don't. Kevin just weirded himself out.
As I'm saying, I'm
Hopefully
like,
Trey
whoa.
didn't hear that because he just
Don't
Kevin
do it.
creeped
Yeah,
himself
I did.
out.
If we join all
Yeah,
our
I didn't
sperm,
get it.
that's
Thank
what we
you.
do.
You're living a better life because you didn't get that one.
Trey, get back to your pregnant wife.
Feel better,
Congratulations
man.
on that,
Yeah,
man.
congratulations.
Welcome back to
Good luck with
America.
that coming soon. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll call you
Glad
back
you-
in the morning for part 2, so about 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Japanese time.
Sounds good.
All right.
Good night, buddy. Thank you.
See
love
you.
you.
See you, man.
See you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
I heard you the first
I love
time.
you back.
Oh, yeah, I said it. That's what's
See
up.
ya. That was great, man. He held on just.
He was hoping we
He
didn't
started
say it.
hanging up and
It's like a misfire. He's like, I'm going to click neutral. Oh,
his
he said it.
conscience ate him alive
What
for
a
about
good
a
dude. What a
0.2
good dude.
seconds.
He's
like,
too,
I
he's
gotta
too good a guy not to say it back to you.
Yeah, he's got to tell you, man.
Dude, those first
There's a lot of guys who would have just
14
been like,
minutes of that.
click.
We're like, I mean, we forgot Trey was on the phone for a long
Dude, we're
time.
talking about, wait a minute. Oh,
Oh yeah, we called this
Remember
guy
that
on the
time?
list
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah,
He has red
oh,
hair.
that's cool. Trey's on
You
the
didn't
phone.
even ask him about
Hey,
sunscreen, dude.
you know, being
What the
That
heck?
goes unseen.
being an older guy, like seeing the pictures of him, you know, we're all
Employee of the
used
month,
to
by
like
the way.
yeah, this is employee of the
employee
month.
month speaking, and so
Ridiculous. I'm still a little.
Stupid.
you know how you'd always
First one
sweat
ever.
all the pictures in all the magazines when we were growing up. the pictures of Trey riding that bike were cool looking.
On the electric bike?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
He
all
is
the pictures that came
Great
out.
looking rider,
Yeah,
period.
I
He
mean, for
is
sure.
style
Dude.
for days.
His
Yeah.
hauls a mad ass.
And that bike looks cool. His gear was on point. It just looked cool.
I know Ricky denounced a little bit that he competes with Stu on the scrub level, but he competes with Stu on the scrub level. Trey's different, and he didn't invent it, or whatever.
Oh, but he can get
But
down.
that dude can lay that bike over.
There's some
man.
racing with him and Stu.
Oh,
I don't
there's
know
a
what
couple
race that
of-
was.
yeah.
Holy shnikes.
They had a
It's
couple
like-
races, the two of them, that
It was
was going
violent. It is some
at
violent
it.
racing.
Yeah, if y'all look that up on YouTube.
He
I think it was
scrap-
a Miami Joe Robbie Stadium, 89. It was Ricky
It was,
and
it was not.
no,
It was not.
no, sorry.
But that is one of the most
I'm
epic
kidding. That was
Supercross
I did
races
say
of
that.
all
Oh
time.
no, I did say that this past weekend at Lazy River. For those of you kids that think Supercross was invented when I don't know, good Lord,
Yeah.
Dungy retired. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm so far removed of the point, the lines in the sand.
The
But,
recent
like,
points.
Holy cow! Joe Robbie Stadium, 89. Damon Bradshaw
Unbelievable.
crashing 47 times.
Yes.
and still freaking hauls ass to win. Like God,
It's
dang.
incredible. He
He is so gnarly. I will say this: this guy hit me up through this show. I don't remember who he was, but he's a North Carolina. Goes, if you don't ever say Damon Bradshaw could beat Mike Brown, I said I didn't say currently Damon Bradshaw could not beat Mike Brown. I asked him, does he want to put in the effort
Yeah.
to beat Mike Brown? Damon, and of the few people that have not raced, because it's a different deal. Like if you're 44, 45, like Wyndham,
Sure.
you're in
that
that
sweet
helps
spot.
you.
Yes.
But if you're 50 and you have not, like Emick and all these other guys that have not raced, even McGrath, you're not beating Mike Brown.
No, because he
You're not
never
beating
gets
him
off the
at-
bike.
You're not beating him at
In
Loretta
Tennessee.
Lynn's.
Yeah, that's
unless
just-
unless McGrath goes.
give up my whole life.
August 9th.
I'll move.
I will stop doing what I'm doing, and for the next year,
And
I will
I'll live
devote-
in
and I'll get
Tennessee.
gate drops. I'll
Yeah.
do all the bullshit that it takes. Because dude, that's what it takes.
Well, that's what Brownie
Well,
does.
Brownie still like lives at a facility.
Yeah,
right?
he's a trainer down
Yeah.
at like Sandbox or whatever
Yeah.
down in Florida. So, but
So he's putting in the work.
of the few guys, if Damon Bradshaw goes, dude,
well, I think he had it.
I have that gear. Like we all like. There's a few guys that have that gear to go. Oh, I will dig in.
Yeah, he just have to get himself back to that
Right.
position to be able to grab that gear.
Right.
Damon's highest ever ability was probably a little ahead
For sure.
of Mike Brown's total top level pro ability.
Absolutely.
That I don't think that ever
that's not
completely
a
goes
slight
away.
to Mike Brown.
Not at all, because he's
There's
better
a
than
mental state
everybody.
that Damon can go to, and I can channel this whatever
That
Osaka
doesn't go
ass
away.
Supercross and whoop your ass. Bradshaw, Stanton, all
Now-
these dudes.
Us saying that might be enough to motivate Mike Brown enough.
He's like, oh,
Okay, well, I'll
he's on
work
the
harder.
Peloton right now, like,
Yeah.
fuck you. I mean,
Yeah.
and I love it. I love all that,
which is
and
great because I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
dude, I'm a fan. So,
But
it only helps me when I'm at the booth
For
the booth
sure.
at Loretta's.
but who is willing to put in that work at
Dude,
that
it's-
age
it's
other
work.
than Brownie? I mean,
like my little brother, I've seen what like he goes, oh man, I'm gonna do it. Like, when are you gonna do it?
It's hard.
And I'm not giving him shit. I'm like, you better decide if it's August 6th, August 7th, you better be in the gym. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. To
yeah, and
do
it's
it,
hard as an adult when you've got
you got
kids
all
and you
these
got a
things.
job and all these things that
Family.
didn't exist in the
you
past.
got multiple kids from people you're not even sure they're your kids.
You don't even know.
I don't
but
even
they're
know if
like,
that's
man,
my
I
kid."
gave them a bunch of money.
By
They,
God, he's got red hair.
they must be my
My
kids.
God.
that redhead kid eating cereal at my table.
Yeah, that's my cereal, dog. I'm a serial killer. I love cereal. That's one of my biggest problems.
Where's your drink at, dude?
Well, I like to put her down.
He
You know,
didn't want-
heat rises, so if you keep it on the floor, you have more chance to keep it cold.
He didn't want Trey to know he was drinking.
I know. I was like, "Ooh."
A redhead drinking?
So I put it up.
Drink
Yeah,
that
they,
thing. He ain't
know.
here no more. One for the road, brother.
One for the,
One for the road. I'm
Give me-
spending the night.
give me one for the ditch.
That's some bullshit right there.
So this isn't as
Nick,
good
look
as...
at watch Nick right here. Watch that man right there. He's
No, Nicholas, that's enough. Come. It burns like nobody's business. I told you, he's on fire.
Woo!
It's a fireball knockoff.
Give me
And-
2 claps and a Ric Flair.
home of Ric Flair, by the way.
Yeah, here he goes.
Oh,
Could you not learn to love that?
God. That'll give you scoliosis.
Delicious. It will give you scoliosis. You're gonna have to mix Barbasol.
Like at Loretta's, you're like, come off a fresh motor, like,
Just wipe that sweat right there, man. Thanks, guy. I need to replenish.
that reminds me of two different guys. There was one guy,
That replenished with
a
liquor
black
on the
guy from
podium.
West Virginia. Well, no, there's
John
3
Denver?
guys. No, these damn mountains are whatever. There's one guy that his pants came all the way down. Robert Naughton or something.
No, Robert Naughton, for real.
His pants came
He was
down
fast.
to his thighs.
You're thinking about Cal Naughton Jr.
No, it was
No,
Robert.
Robert Naughton was
Robert Naughton was the
fast.
guy. His pants were down to about right there. You can't see me, but I'm like the judge.
Past
Were like,
mid-thigh.
dude, we're like he's letting it all hang for 9 laps. Me and Weege were like, we can't not say
letting it
anything.
all hang
like,
out.
dude, he come by, sees at the finish line those jumps. He's like his ass crack showing like. We got to do
He's
it.
letting it all hang out,
Oh man,
folks.
there's nothing like you want to be behind that.
You could
like,
maybe give us a taste of what that used to sound like.
well, you know, here comes Robert Naughton. He's letting it all hang out here on lap number 2 in this plus 40 class. And wow, man, there's nothing to see here. He's not hiding any. There's not sharing any secrets now. There's everything goes. here.
Everything's out there, folks.
He's really hanging his ass out into that corner.
Right. So that's what we experienced. So
Yeah.
it was
Solid.
fun and miserable
Yeah, I
to
mean,
try to be like toe the line, like play on.
well, it's hard to stare at buttholes and do your job good. It's like,
Unless
dude,
your
this
job
guy.
is staring at buttholes.
Then there was another.
Now, yeah, say that's your job.
Which still is hard to do.
There was another
I'd have
guy,
a hard
Eric
time with it.
Swan, in the plus 40 class. Eric Swan
I don't know him.
he's from California.
Yeah.
And Eric Swan is known for smoking weed, like mad amounts of weed, and just float.
Way to go. You're going to get him arrested.
No,
Oh, he's
no,
going to
he's a
jail.
weed farmer now out in California.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah.
he gets on the box. He wins a plus whatever class and smokes a freaking straight up heater with his mom or grandmother. Straight up, it's 117 degrees.
With his grandmother.
With his grandmother and him, he's smoking, drinking a beer on the box, 1 Loretta's.
That's
Mad
incredible.
respect. Love
Yes.
it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty pimp.
That's
there.
dude, that would ruin me. I could never do that.
No.
It's so hot at Loretta's. I just ride straight to the creek. I mean, I
Yes.
don't roll the motorcycle out in it.
I would just get a big, fat, nasty cigar, I think, if I was.
Dude, if you
Throw
got
on your
if you got
gold
a moto
chains.
in there, a moto win,
Yeah, and just get a big
or even a
old-
top 3, smoke a big old fatty. I mean,
like a big fat
I got
cigar.
ninth
Yes.
there, and I was just thankful to get to go into the little
yeah, the
impound
tits.
for a few
Yeah.
seconds. I'm just like,
Dude, that's a big
that's
deal.
the best I
top
ever.
10.
Yeah, but it was like I can't think of no costumes. How you gonna put on get your stogies and throw on your gold chains?
I mean,
and
he's
your-
Make no mistake, I plan on qualifying for a qualifier again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm going to qualify for a qualifier. I won't
Nick's
make
already
it through
made
that
it. He's already
qualifier.
made it to step 2,
Yeah.
qualified out of step
Out of
1
his
to the
state.
regional.
Went to the region.
Met up with Mike Brown. They had an epic battle.
Epic.
Big
That
battle with Mike Brown. Yeah, he
One for
Battle
the
for
ages.
the ages.
Like
yeah.
we've all like, oh, when are these 2 titans of moto
They're
going to
gonna
meet?
and clash.
I had 2 motos with Mike Brown where he only lapped me once.
Oh,
I
wow.
guarantee I could not guarantee that for myself. I mean, there's no way.
The
Mike
one,
Brown?
the one moto where he lapped me twice in a moto, and then in a 15-minute moto,
I got that by Brian Swink in practice
and
at
so
Hyman Myers in Florida.
as he was
Really?
coming
Oh, it was
around, like
awesome.
Sweet.
I was so busy watching him. Like,
You
like,
can't
I
even.
would- dude. I would like
You're hitting
so
stuff.
interested in it. I knew who he was.
I was kind of that way now with Brown. Like
Hell
he's
yeah,
got,
it's the
I could
same
hear him
level.
coming. I was like,
Well,
I'm
let
just
me
gonna
watch this
pull
guy.
over
This
and
is
watch him go
awesome.
through this corner.
My dad's
And so-
like, dude, I paid for your World Sports membership
Yeah.
and your AMA.
Why
World
are we
Sports
here?
And AMA.
Yeah.
By the way, a racket my dad almost left. Long story short, 3 kids, World Sports 1, 2, 3, AMA 1, 2, 3 to race this
Yeah,
race.
that's
Like,
gnarly. a
for
lot of
this
money.
poor ass family.
That's
Anyway,
a lot.
Nick, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but the race, the last one that he didn't lap me twice, I was so disappointed because I was tired. and I
Oh,
heard him
just
coming,
go
I was like,
around. Go around.
You didn't pull over and like wait on him.
Dude,
No,
the
I
You
classic.
thought about it though. You'd be like, "Oh man, my bike's
bike
cutting
are
out."
bogged out.
You just hold the throttle and
I just
start ta
pulled-
ta
yeah,
ta
I
ta
just-
on their kill
and I just
switch.
pulled over and started kicking it like it wouldn't
Dang
crank,
it.
even though it doesn't have a
Yeah, electric
Kickstarter.
start. Dadgummit.
That's
No wonder I
too
couldn't get that thing
obvious.
started.
Yeah. Yes.
No, it's
man.
Bluetooth, man. My phone, it wasn't getting reception down there. It wasn't.
I
starting.
kept hitting it, but it just nothing happened. So I had to ride a whole nother lap because of that
because
jerk.
of damn Michael Brown.
You could pick it up, man. You need to pick.
Come on,
and
Mike.
I think
Yeah,
that's-
Mike.
Michael?
Hey, Jack. How many laps you think I could do? It'd be great to go like want to fight him after a moto.
Yeah.
Hey!
because he didn't.
I got
lap you.
9 laps in me. Not
Next time we see him,
10.
I'll be like, I got a fucking bone to pick with you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I need to talk to you.
you don't want to square for that.
I've been
guy.
chasing
No,
you
I
all
don't.
over this campground, son. And then you get over there to him, you're like,
Hey, it's
you
Mike
should've-
Brown from Gray, Tennessee.
should have lapped me twice, brother. I was tired. I was plumb tuckered.
I was tired.
Man, I'm telling you, he was.
Who? Nick or Mike?
Nick.
'Cause, yeah, I was about to say.
Mike Brown
No, he
was
wasn't
not
either.
tired.
Like Nick Brown.
He
doesn't-
talked
Nick
about
Brown
carrying
doesn't get
the
tired
bike.
either. That's Nick Brown.
Nick Brown, Mike's
He's the Nick
evil
Brown
twin.
of recreational cyclists.
Slowness.
He is the Nick Brown of whatever.
God.
I don't even know what you're saying. But I can tell you, Nick has no quit in him.
Hell no.
He does not. He didn't. He was hurting. I know you were hurting when you crashed 4 times.
that old elbow's all blowed up. He don't care.
Did you have anything
No.
surface?
Straight up.
You know what I had? I had a little, and this is probably from the hard enduro course.
That's what
that
I'm
we got
talking about.
The day I had like little bitty micro scabs all over
From
my
all
body.
those little whippered
Yeah.
those limbs.
I swear we were.
One
we
hit me
went through-
straight in the nipple, and I'm like, dude, I'm bleeding. And it was cold, and the thing was like, oh, and I'm sitting there going, I know it's bleeding, man.
There,
I know
we,
it is.
we went like
Perfectly like a ninja star. Like, get child.
No,
Right.
there was one spot, and I know you're going to remember this. It was like they would have a fire road and then run you up on a ridge.
Some guy's sitting there with a whip. He's like, here they come.
Here he
No,
comes.
Yeah,
there was a tree like maybe
just
an inch and a
snapping
half,
damn whip.
inch and a half
And you think it was
diameter,
some damn.
and it came
dumbass
across
piece
and
of-
hit both your arms like this.
Oh, the
like,
little, yeah, I know
like
exactly.
literally like somebody was standing there with a cane pole and just hitting you in the arm.
I miss nipple.
I was like, shit, it got both
Get
my
both arms. Yeah. So they would have this fire road, and we're too dumb at the beginning, and we're like, oh, follow the arrows. And we're riding right beside this road, and it's so skinny, you're knocking bars all the way through there. And we eventually, I'm like, hey, Nick, see where I come out at? And
Those
you just go
Cardos,
straight.
by the way, who we hope to get a sponsorship with, those Cardos would have been like, hey, Mick, let's go over there.
I can tell you
Nick, did
this
that
too.
just cut your nipple off like it done mine? Yeah, it'd be like, oh, Nick's just in there, oh.
You
Can't breathe for like
So some
2
of the places
miles.
they would take
He's
us,
bleeding out of his nipple.
he bled out. It was a nipple injury.
How'd Nick die? They
bad
lopped his
mess.
nipple out, dude. It's very vascular.
It got
right
cold.
there.
A lot of blood rushed to his nipples and
No.
just
And then that's when it
squirted right
cut.
out.
I seen
Yeah.
a man die out of his nipple.
Gnarly hard
It was
enduro.
bad. But
Nipple-
okay, so
nipple
some of the
enduro.
things we would ride over were like the ridge of, I guess we would say a ridge. Like it was,
Hacksaw nipple ridge.
like you'd have
Yeah.
10, 12-inch trail, and then it went down 8,
8-9 feet
8,
high.
9 foot. Yeah, 8,
Yeah.
9 feet high, and you'd ride that ridge all the way down. The whole time we're doing that, all I'm thinking is those guys that ride that Red Bull shit, when they ride those ridges that are hundreds
But
of
they
feet
have,
up,
yeah, they got real drop offs. We had 8
hundreds
feet.
of feet. And we're doing that, and I'm thinking, because the whole time I'm going, look ahead, look at the trail, look ahead, look at the trail, so you don't fall off of it. Those people you see on the internet that do that shit, I mean, I don't
you
even know.
don't. You shouldn't be doing that on a dual sport ride.
No.
Like that.
Not
that
at
to me
all,
says
Kevin.
no. Like I'm thinking
I-
beginner.
So they told us they had to
Fluffy
call it that
cushions.
because there was one section that had, 3 miles of pavement maybe? And
Bitch
that's
ass,
what
don't be
made
doing that to
it
me.
dual sport. Dude. I almost
Dude.
brought the big
Dude's
bike, the
quick this.
701.
Yeah, if you ride that damn Goldwing, we're
I wouldn't have been able to ride
If
if I
me and
didn't.
you are doubled up on that Goldwing, we're screwed.
And we got
Now
the
what are we
Eagles
doing?
playing. I'll tell you what would have helped though, because that
it
windshield would have
easy.
blocked the nipple chops.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Don't slang no nipple chops at me, son."
Put that
I'll-
damn cassette in that
I'll
damn thing.
crank
Play
the
some
Eagles.
Eagles.
Both tires on the motorcycle I rode were worse.
Well, I've been running
Witchy
down the road.
woman.
Both of my
I want to
tires
do
were
a dual
worse.
sport ride
Slap
with
ass.
you on the back of
on
that
the
damn
Goldwing.
Goldwing.
Why do we got to ride
Just
that
leave
thing?
that. Leave it.
Oh, we could leave it when we
Where,
finish.
whatever
I say we
happens,
all
just
three
leave
ride
that. Hell
yeah.
yes.
I need you to put your legs down every time we almost lose it. Nick would be like,
Seriously.
"I got us," and he just dig them legs
All right,
in.
so
dude.
listen in. John was gifted a Goldwing. I would love to be gifted.
830
I would
pound
love to
motors.
be gifted a Goldwing. I'd ride that thing to Mammoth
Until
every
it
year.
fa-
Me and my
To your
wife.
Mammoth.
Me and my
Front-
wife.
Well, there's room for your clothes and
I
everything.
know,
It's got
everything.
3 compartments
Yes,
for
I want to
carrying
do it.
stuff.
But anyway, so you got this Goldwing, so we need to use
and there's
it.
an Eagles tape stuck
Yes,
in the tape
Oh,
deck.
that-
I've
That's
been
awesome.
running down the road, like play
Yeah.
that bitch. Me, you, and Nick.
Take
Let's
it
do it.
easy.
There's only like 6 songs
Yes, they're
per
all
side. I'm like,
good.
why is this 12 songs?
Does it have you have auto program where it'll switch sides?
No.
Now, yeah, you leave it playing.
Okay.
So you get a little bit
You
of
got to
break.
get that shitty fifth song. Like,
It's
whatever.
like take
Yeah,
it.
No,
No,
but
it
it
switches
does
after
end
the
on Witchy
song. Come
Woman.
on.
I'm just like, man, Witchy Woman.
I hate
Witchy,
that song.
everybody
That's a
does. Dude, you ought to be
shithole song.
stuck on a Goldwing, and it's just because if it's cranked, it's playing. So you're like, oh,
Stuck on a
I
gold.
have to listen to it. If you're riding a Goldwing, it's like you're listening to the Eagles.
She got
I
a
don't care
smile.
if you I don't care if you want to hear it. If the
You're
engine's
hearing it.
on,
You're hearing it.
and then when you turn the engine off,
It starts right.
it's like no, it's a nice
Richie.
taste. It's a nice test. It like, oh, it is definitely off because the Eagles aren't playing. But then when you crank it,
She's got a smile.
yes,
that
exactly.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
100%.
On a dark desert highway.
It has Hotel California in there.
Oh,
That's
oh.
one of the songs.
Yeah, man. So you
But
just,
I'm just like, dude, this thing weighs 830 pounds.
well,
if your
there's
feet
there's
slip,
three of us. We got this.
yeah, how much
Dude,
is
can we
what's
do-
832 divided by 3? That's
Listen,
how much you
I
got to
know this
hold
is so
up.
dumb.
Well, 6 legs.
Listen,
so-
I know this is so dumb. Like dumbest thing I've ever.
It's cold now too.
The Baja
It's the
on a
rip
gold wing with all three of us. We switch strong legs
without
like,
letting off. Like
never.
while we're rolling.
We do
You said
hot
the
swap.
cruise control.
hot
we do-
swap. It
we
does
do
have
hot
cruise
swap.
Yeah, you do
control.
cruise
Yes.
control hot swaps.
Everything works on this pile. Is the craziest thing, and it's shiny.
It's
It's
a
nice.
freaking Honda.
Like seriously,
Of course.
I know that seems dumb, but like a 3-man.
A hot swap.
the only thing
for
that doesn't
gold
work
wing,
is the cassette
the
player,
Baja.
and that's because Honda didn't build it.
Yes,
That's
right.
the only part that Honda
Yeah,
didn't build.
Jensen fucked that up. So
That's why it's still playing. That's why
you
it
can't
won't turn
pop
off.
that thing out.
Yeah, you
Well,
can.
we can take that up to Larry Weaver. He'll fix it in Highway 5.
But man, what do we do? I mean, Eagles just won't stop. He'll be like, "Oh, I know what to do. It's a tech bulletin they sent out. I know how to fix it."
Seriously, on a gold wing.
And
What's Baja? The
I'm not
Baja-
doing no hot swaps.
No,
though.
we'll stop. We'll
Just
put the
'cause it's on
kickstand-
cruise control
we'll
don't
put the
mean it won't
kickstand
fall.
down.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up and lean on the windshield like I'm the king of the world. Like in Titanic.
No, it'll be like Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like,
Would you possibly just
Here.
even try it
"Far
for the dumbest
wherever
for the dumbest thing you've ever
you are."
done?
A gold wing is about the stupidest thing
Yes.
that's ever been done because the thing
We
is
ride
too
that
heavy
bitch. No, you ride it out there.
to
All,
Mammoth.
all three. No, to the
to
Baja.
rip to the
the
tip
Baja
of
500?
Baja.
Yes.
Hey, there's a nice place to stay right there at the end.
Shit, I'm going to sleep in the luggage.
We have the old ladies fly
I'm
in.
going to sleep in those saddlebags.
Dude,
You
I
could
would-
sit
I
in
would
it
do it-
backwards and let your legs dangle out the back.
Whatever. I would do it just for the pain. I would ride that gold wing. All three of us out there. I'm dead serious.
I mean, I would do it too, but dude, I'm gonna tell you, there's no tired like street bike for
I
10
get it.
hours
I
tired.
get it. So just
That's like ICU.
Stretch.
You hook up the hospitals
Nick.
from here to there, and we get IVs at night.
I can listen to podcasts. I don't have to look. I'll just.
Oh, we don't have to talk?
No.
Because that's exhausting. Nick's like, this guy don't shut up. And I'm in my head like, I better say something. He's probably
No.
judging that
No,
I'm
ride
not.
that gold wing. I'm dead ass serious.
Are we going to pull? Do we need
No.
anything to pull behind it? It's got a hitch.
No,
We're going to pull a 3-rail with some XRs
no,
on
somebody
it.
can fly some shit out
It's
there. Whatever.
got-
We have to ride. We have to all three ride out there.
Can we do it when it's warm?
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
well, Baja happens midsummer.
okay. And we're just going to watch. I don't have to ride
No.
that bitch in Baja.
You're riding a fucking Baja on that bitch.
on a Honda Gold
Yeah,
Wing?
go as far as you can.
Okay.
And
And,
then
then
we
we
just-
can leave it?
Yeah,
As
leave
long
it
as I
there,
can fly home without
let
it.
it burn. I'm dead
Okay,
serious.
I don't hate
Get
that
a,
idea.
Get a satellite phone and just say, "Hey, we're out."
Here go. Here's my coordinates.
Yeah,
Have the chopper.
Bring stickers and cash. I've heard that's what gets you out of everything.
Well, we had how many stickers you think we have on Winners Take Y'all? 600, 700,000? Ricky
Here we
Carmichael goes, hey,
Here we
man,
go.
Yeah.
I sure would like one of those
I
stickers.
gave
And
him 3.
show him.
After we forced him, Kevin, this is Kevin,
I gave
for
him-
you guys that are watching. Ricky Carmichael, who happens to be the greatest motocrosser of all time, still
There's
working
other
trying-
motocrossers
doing
that
our
need
show.
these stickers
He is
too.
our only 2-time guest on this show.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, let me get one of those stickers. And Kevin's like, okay. One. And then he's
Tries like crazy. He almost got
I'm
2
like,
on accident. So
no.
he's like,
Kevin,
oh, no,
Them
man.
things are
give him
sticking,
the
dude.
whole stack. It's
Yeah.
Ricky Carmichael. He's like, oh,
He swore he would run them on his adventure bike, but now he's like, I only got one. And
I don't have a matching
I
one
gave
for the
him
other
2.
side.
yeah.
So
You
he wound
sure?
up giving him.
Don't lie, Kevin. We watched you peel that
You
one
were
out of it.
stingy as hell with those stickers.
I gave him 2. I gave him 2.
Okay, well, thank you for righting a wrong
Hey,
in
if
the
you
universe.
want a sticker, hit us up.
Yeah,
We'll
let
give
us
you one.
know. We get
I
free
will mail you
postage.
one.
We'll mail you 2.
Yes.
They're not Kevin, the sticker.
Yeah,
Grinch
one
over
for
there.
each shroud. I still get free postage, so we can mail those
Oh,
out, no problem.
Being a ginger.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
nothing to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, so Gold Wing, long haul,
come on.
ride it to Baja,
As
enter
far
Baja.
as far as it'll go. With all 3 of us, I'm being ridiculous. I know it's so dumb.
Are we gonna get ran over by a trophy truck?
Dude,
No,
that would take.
I mean, probably.
It'd
I
take
mean,
us 3 days to
probably.
get out there.
Yes.
Oh, that's 3 days, and
We
you'll
gotta
be
leave-
exhausted on
Hey,
the starting line. I'd like to budget a week if we could.
We're gonna have to sit back to back though. I can't ride nut to butt all the way up.
Do you realize? Yes, you're gonna have to sit. Yeah, you'll have to reverse. Somebody's got to.
Who's
sit
the
backwards.
best driver? Because you're driving. You're not riding. You're driving.
Yeah, it's a Honda Civic motor.
You're driving. Nick's probably the strongest. So Nick, you're probably
Yeah,
doing the whole
Nick,
1,000.
It's up to you, dog.
I'm just.
if
I'm
I
just-
can, if I
I'm
know
just
I
hanging
can
out
hang
there.
out, I'll be like, Kevin, check out this 18 wheeler
Whoa,
over here,
this is so
dude.
cool.
Y'all
Look
back
how
there
nice it
singing,
is.
Hey, look at this!
dancing.
Look at this meme, dude.
Yeah, we'll be talking the whole time, and Nick's
Nick's
up
like,
there.
I can't even see you.
Whichever one.
Elbows up,
Damn
hips
tapes.
elbows up, hips rotated out on the balls of
Unlock
my feet.
your
Ryan
hips.
uses on the front. He's on the literally the windshield.
Unlock your
the
hips.
Yes,
Unlock
and
your
you're
hips.
just
Why are you
that
on
thing.
the windshield, Ryan? What are you doing?
It's a
man?
hologram. We're
Unlock
just
the
staring at a
hips.
hologram.
Unlock your hips.
Do we have
now.
to change tires, or we just
Or
want
a
to run
ponytail
Baja?
beat you.
I mean, if you want to bring some tires, whatever.
I'm not changing
That
them.
bitch goes till it stops.
You know it won't stop. What's going to stop it is us crashing or getting stuck.
Dude,
And we can't push out an
What if it
830
doesn't stop
pound
and we
motor.
ride the whole thing?
we can. All three of us.
To finish? Three up, though, dog. I mean,
What do you do? So we ride a trailer?
it can pull a trailer. That'd be nice. We could put recliners and stuff. It's got a hitch. Could you imagine you're sitting back there and you're just like this? Let
Slow
me know when
down,
it's my
Nick.
turn.
Trophy
Nick.
trucks come by.
And we're
Like,
just
seriously,
lean back. We're just
how
like-
dumb would that look?
It'd be funny to have the trailer with the recliners and bolt a TV to the front of it.
Dude,
and act
we're
like
just
we're
playing
watching.
Xbox.
So do you think you can make it through
I'm
the
not,
course?
I'm not at
if
all
you just-
kidding.
I
If
know
we-
you're
if
not.
You made
We know
40
if-
miles.
If we speak it,
I know.
If you just,
we're not
we,
It's
we
gonna
have a
happen.
really, really bad habit of not kidding about stuff.
Yeah, every time we're kidding, we're serious as
So-
anything. We'll do it.
Do you think, and now I'm already getting into strategy. So you think if you just rode like 25 miles an hour in second gear that you could make it over the course?
The silt will be the problem. There's pockets where it's silt. It'd be like going
so
through
we got to
baby
get.
powder.
So do
I've
we have
hit
to get
those
out and
before.
walk it?
Why-
I don't know, but you can't tell it's
We'll
coming.
bring
Is the
tools to
danger.
kind of
Well,
leverage
that's what
it
I'm saying.
out.
You're doing 25 miles an hour, so you don't.
So I rode the first time I went out west.
I can't be flying out of the seat when I'm asleep. Like just
Well, it
getting
just will
chucked
start
out.
doing like a porpoise. It'll be porpoise.
Like you'll be like super limber when you get chucked out.
but if we know it's coming,
they
you're doing like,
going
survive,
through the air.
right?
hey,
So if you get
because
drunk,
if you could get through it at 20 to 25 miles an hour and just slow down,
Nick,
to
are
5.
you up? This is the biggest.
Why are
challenge
you
of your
even
life.
asking him? We know he's
So
up
I'm
for
already
it.
working on strategy here.
The
So
1,000 miles.
If
I
we
think
get-
yes. The silt pockets. The Goldwing is so heavy it will find the bottom.
okay, so
And that's safer than
thing
the
is-
lighter bikes that start dancing and bogging, dancing and bogging.
if
So
we
we trim
made
it-
those
what are we
things,
doing
if
to
we could
trim
make
weight?
it first, second gear, and we could just get through it, we wouldn't be last because a lot of people don't finish.
They don't finish.
Yeah, I know that weight comment was directed at me because
I mean,
I
you-
have on
you-
a contractor's vest.
You have time.
Okay, I'm gonna start training right now
We
for
gotta
next
all
year.
be under
We're
190.
getting on the treadmill. We're all
My
gonna,
dog, that's high
hey,
school weight for me.
We're all
man.
going to be on the
I'm
treadmill.
I'm 190 0.
Oh, Kevin's like, we're okay. We got to be under 190, but I'm already there, guys. So it's gonna be a lot of work for y'all. Nick's like 8 foot tall. Just if you threw his bones in a pile, it weighs 190.
I look like a Holocaust survivor. at one
Yeah,
time.
So Nick,
Nick will be like, "Well, I had to reduce everything
can
else
you
because my
imagine
bones
what
weigh
that
one."
looks like? Nick driving a Goldwing, our dumbass.
on the back,
in a
just
trailer.
applying sunscreen. Because, dude, we should have put a roof on this thing. I'm getting
so hot.
roasted.
We're going through Arizona. It's 118
We're just back there
degrees.
like Nick's just feeling good because he can tan, no problem. Me and you back there with boils and blisters and stuff.
I
Be
got
like,
on
dude,
a
my
pair of-
goiter is totally swollen right now.
I got on a pair of 80 short shorts when
Some Dove shorts.
And every time people get beside him, he's just like-
shorts with no shirt on.
Yeah,
Nick's
you're
having
high
the best
five.
day of his life. He's so tan.
When
What
Christy
happened?
Brinkley comes up beside us
Yeah,
in a
what a
red
Holiday
Ferrari.
roll.
If we can find a way to change out the tape, I think that will really affect our
All right, so we
mood.
take to a.
Because at some point, we're going to kill each other. Because
No,
it'll be like a
hey,
torture camp.
We're just going to drive to wherever the Eagles tour is and just murder them.
You've
fuckers.
been there to the Eagles.
Eagles tour.
No.
Oh,
but-
the Winslow, Arizona. Yeah, I stood on the corner, Winslow, Arizona.
so we have to go there.
That
and-
song plays 24 hours a
Right,
day
you
right there.
said that.
And there's a flatbed Ford, a red one with a mannequin inside of it that's a girl.
How many women were on your
My
mind?
Lord. I didn't have any on there. I was just me.
How many women were on your mind when you thought?
Oh, on my mind, 7. I thought you meant how many were on my bike. I thought you insinuated that I had been there on a Goldwing.
Wife was on his mind.
And I would never go there without you guys if I had a Goldwing.
That's right.
I'm only taking
Dude, this
you.
Goldwing is gonna.
I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving. The old guy just wanted to get it out of his garage.
We're gonna make it like Carrollton.
This is
I
terrible,
would
man.
I would sit in that trailer.
gonna ride it like
I would
an
bounce
hour.
around. I'm dead.
We know.
I'm not at all kidding.
The
My neck will
Goldwing
hurt.
has air suspension on the back.
I know. So Nick will be comfortable.
So we
You
can,
know what
if
we
the
need? We
trailer
all-
has tongue weight, we can add some.
We all
pressure.
3 ride the bike, and then we get one of those. You seen those trailers people hook behind their bicycles and pull?
Yeah, like little kids.
Put their kids in. We just hook one of those with a couple of dolls in the.
That's what I'm
behind
talking
the
about. We're gonna be
Oh,
in a
just
trailer.
pretend we're toting our kids back
Yeah.
there. They were awake, but that exhaust is aimed straight at them. I don't think it's good
That
for them.
trailer's swapping out. Baby arms hanging
Heads
out.
in there going like this right here.
That's not safe.
Yeah,
man.
it
That's
ain't bothering us. It's not even making the bike
Raise your
handle
own
fun.
kids. We're not helicopter.
Yeah,
parents.
exactly. Well,
what's
your
happening.
trailer's going around and around like a helicopter back there. Well, I don't know. All I know is based on the fuel mileage, I think it'll go 1,000 miles on one tank. So we don't have to plan for fuel stops.
All right.
If you're talking strategy, I think we lean more towards how do we change this tape deck? Because
So focus
We
on
call
the
it-
tape deck.
first,
Hey, if we can
at
get
the
it-
first gas,
if
we're in
we
there.
can
Give
get
me
it
the,
out,
Hey man,
give me some Bon Jovi,
where's
man.
your audio guy at?
if we can get that tape out, we'll put one of those adapter CD players in there
with the Discman.
Yeah, with the
with the
Discman.
wire, but the wire would be
absolutely.
flopping around,
No,
so
the
we need
Discman.
to zip
No, you hold it.
ties.
You're like you're being.
skipping the whole
This
time.
dog is extra needy today, dude. I've never had such an attack dog. Hey, he's trying to drink my
So
Kentucky Far, but he's like leaning all over us, wanting love. So I feel like maybe we take him.
Yeah,
He'll fit
sure.
in that back compartment, no
Yeah.
problem. Hey, the old dude left these straw hats in there, which was like when they get there, they want to be pimping, you know. So the wife, there's a girl hat and a man's hat, straw.
I got a big head. I'll take the man's hat.
Okay. I mean, I do too. My head's as big as his. So you're this dude likes big heads.
Apparently he does.
So you have to take the women's hat, and me and him will
That's
switch
fine.
back and forth on the male
Yeah,
hat.
for sure.
'Cause there's no way your skull is.
Crank some music up in this bitch.
Yeah.
The very first stop, though, when they were like, "Where's your gas? Where's your gas?" We're like, "Where's the Bon Jovi tape or CD?" If we figure out a way to convert it,
No.
like that's what we
don't
need.
have-
at
We don't
this
have
stop.
that kind of time.
And we'll be urgent. We'll be urgent about needing new music. That's what we'll roll in there. Hurry up! I gotta have the new tape.
Lay your hands on me.
Lay your hands on me. What are you looking for, Kevin? Little game show trivia. Here he goes.
Yeah, you can do
This
whatever
is
you want.
Kevin trying to do something.
Yeah, I don't know what's
All right,
happening.
give me some.
Oh, yeah.
That's
We're
the
done.
exit song.
Like it comes so quickly.
It does. It comes very quickly.
Seriously,
It'll fill up your
we
whole
barely
dang
got
visor.
into your donations.
We didn't even talk about it. I
Well,
didn't
we'll
tell
be
any
back
of the
next-
stories.
Same place, same day.
Eves
same
DeMaria coming in there meeting me.
I will say this.
Same
I have
channel.
laughed. This show, best one in terms of me personally. I laughed.
You are very cracked up.
God dang.
I
laughed
mean-
so damn hard.
For real, we can have any guest we want.
It don't matter.
Because we don't have to actually call them. We just be like, yeah, tonight on the show we've
You
got
got Bob Hanna. Screw you, Bob. Let's talk. Remember that time?
Bob.
Greg Moss says.
Yeah, screw you. Yeah, he hates you. But
anybody ever, you know,
God
whatever.
Bodie
we can just
Moss, Bodie
anything.
Moss, Bodie Moss.
God darn.
Any question you feel like
Is Mama
asking.
call him Cassius? I'm calling him Cassius.
Cash.
So funny.
That's true. I'm with you on that.
Dude,
It's hard to switch.
I love working with you guys. You guys make me laugh.
But get out
Well, I'll
of my
tell
house.
you, there's a little bit of employee like morale problems because of this
Look at this
award.
guy. Look at him.
Everybody else in the whole company's pissed over this.
Yes, there's so many people.
You do
Employee
need.
of the
We do
month.
need framed
You know, John,
pictures
you
holding
just-
the sign.
You just don't have enough, wear enough flair.
This idiot, it ain't about the flare. He's immediately like, you got to want it, son. And like immediately, what was the other thing? You immediately,
You got to want it, baby.
yeah. And then I'm like, hey, I'm going to get there at 6:04.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, it seems to me like this employee of the month thing it just
You
totally
would've-
landed
you
on the
would've been
right
here when
person.
We all agreed at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
God damn it.
incredible.
You got to want it, baby.
That thing would just slip right through your fingers. I thought I had it because I was early for 13 shows in a row. But on the 14th one,
You got to be there when it counts.
yeah, you got to be there when it counts, dude.
So, hey,
Employee.
Helmet skins.
I would lift it, but I'm scared the revolver might fire.
Smith & Wesson. Oh, shit.
Oh, bullets just slinging everywhere, son.
I just dropped all the bullets in the floor.
Man, that's
What
cool.
the hell? How did that even come out? Why are there bullets come out of your gun?
It came out of his helmet skin.
I took him out because I thought we
Oh,
were going to
God.
I thought we were going to have time to play Russian roulette.
It-
It seems like
We're
out
going
of,
now for 3-2.
So it
hosts
seems like
tonight.
we're out of time now, so we won't
Dang,
get to play.
son. Yeah, we were gonna play.
I mean, that's my Glock, but there's no bullets that are going to fall out.
Well,
of
it doesn't. It
No,
don't-
they're locked
This one
in there.
rotates, so we
I
put
see
one bullet
that.
in it. And,
Is there really one in it?
yeah.
Right now, there's one bullet in it.
Yeah.
Dog, you're making
Here
me
we go.
very nervous.
All right,
Don't do it.
God, why would you do
My
that?
dad would have just beat your ass.
I
if
pulled my
it-
toes out of the way.
Yeah, I'm over here going, he's not aiming at me, but my dad, y'all would have been
All
in
right.
a fight.
All right, that's it. We're done. Hopefully, no one gets shot.
Yes, thank you.